And of course I got your back, don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night. Two hands meet at zenith. Nothing comes between us. Dancing like ballerinas under the moonlight all night long. How these plain and simple scenes get painted so vividly by you. I just wanna stay with you.
Around the world is only dance. Whenever our eyes meet, you know you leave me in a trance. It means everything to me looking down below. The one I seek to find, no matter where you might go. Remember you'll be on my mind.
Always watching over me, somehow you make me feel invisible. Power to my soul, yeah. I'm not easy things that used to bother me, cause your existence just lights me up, yeah. You always got my back, and of course I got your back, don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night.
Within the inner heart I plead for you to talk to me. I wanna hear all the good and bad news stories you have. As I drift across the sky, the overhead turns high. So good night, let me sing a lullaby. I'll be singing, baby.
Welcome back, ladies and skeletons. You guys are doing good. You guessed it. Playing Persona 3 Reload. Was really difficult to figure out. Let's see. Let's get our volume back here. Made a bunch of progress since last playing. Yes, I play off stream. Oops. There we go. You can see I got my full party. I got Aigis, I got Koro. Everyone's dressed up. Akihiko and Junpei in their tuxes. Got my gym suit. Yukari's got a very good outfit on. Leave it at that. Trying to do this Tartarus run. The main guy has no mana. Barely any. I think what I should do... grind for a little bit. And end it. Pretty much got to the top of this floor here. I'm doing pretty good with the dungeon crawling aspect. Once the floor becomes available, I get to the top of it in one run. Sure, I use up a lot of my items. But that's what they're used for. I want to just keep them in storage and never use them. Do some grinding here, then get back to the main story. Let people pile in. Come back here, hand. The thing.
Let the battle begin. Take it down if you can. Yes. Nicely done. In this situation.
Hikari is looking good, huh? I'm glad they kept this in the remake. They didn't decide that it was too much. Getting right into it. No lengthy pre-screen. Where I talk about my schedule. As you can see in the bottom of the screen.
Shall I move to strike?
Got a new... Ah, shit. Block. Didn't even notice.
No effect. What is optimal?
Come on, I guess you got this.
What about desert, as they say? No shadows detected.
Some really good gear, as you can see.
Now that.
Lycus has her flash grenade. Everyone's pretty well equipped. As you can see. Having a lot of fun. Difficulty hard, by the way, which doesn't feel hard, but that's the thing about playing games on a higher difficulty. It's not as hard as you think they are. Just get used to it and adjust.
Rare target.
Another hand.
Let's eliminate it.
You know.
Excellent. We have the trigger. Take it down if you can.
He likes to dodge.
I'm ready. How about trick?
What to do?
That'd be a lot.
Activating. Persona. Engage.
Great battle music.
Not about convincing way. No shadows detected.
Got the main character, this restores a bit of SP each turn, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Basically have to not use persona attacks every turn in order to build up a little bit. Run out pretty quick. Sure is typical.
We gotta keep moving.
Yarr.
Shadow detected nearby.
Did we stop moving?
They won't know it hit them. In this situation.
What to do?
Yes, you did it! 2 enemies down! Her leader took one out! There! Hit! Right on target!
Grenade.
Target destroyed! That's it, I guess. Keep it up, everyone!
Save mana this way.
All enemies defeated! Win. Good work out there! Leader, don't overdo it!
Yeah. Oh, I'm low.
Enemy spotted. Awaiting orders.
A little bit over leveled. It's fine. 43. All the shadows run away.
Yes, we got now's the time.
What to do?
Well executed. Her leader took one out. Shall I move to strikes?
Right.
I get evaded the attack. Here.
Those are pretty much useless, huh?
Her leader took one out.
How much of a threat? Maybe I should leave the area.
Keep it up, everyone. Yes.
No need.
Last one. Let's finish this. That about does it. All right. No shadows detected.
I have Arcana Burst, but I don't want to leave yet. I just want to reap all the benefits before it
Leader,
resets.
don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. Taking out the tired mechanic kind of breaks it, because you just keep grinding, just swapping out party members until you run out. Now, what do you think? Should I leave?
Enemy spotted. I won't miss my chance. The enemy soon. What next? I won't lose. Nicely done, Takuma. This should end it.
Victoria.
I need it to go. Weapon free. You're finished.
What's everyone doing?
Yes, we did it.
Just realized maybe the volume's too loud. There we go. This probably sounds better.
There's a shadow.
There's a hand somewhere around here. Where is it?
There's a shadow.
Show up on the map. Like I got the Arcana card that doubles the amount of items you get from smashing one of these crystal things. This makes me not want to leave. Makes me want to keep smashing them. Okay, I guess I'll leave. Let's head out.
Oh, hello.
August 19th.
Elizabeth.
Nice.
I am calling to inform you that more humans have wandered into Tartarus.
Right. I have to go back.
This time, I believe. Please swiftly and safely conduct a search and rescue. Goodbye now.
Back already. Oh well. Let's see. Let's hang out. The track team rival from another school has become another S-Link. This little girl, just kind of awkward. Hanging out with a kid. That's classic game design for you, I guess. It'd be too problematic if it was done today. But the remake really didn't fuck with the story too much. For better or for worse. Sure. A little awkward, whatever. Okay. Tartarus time, maybe? Nobody has anything.
Welcome back.
No.
I think it was... I think it was on the roof. Did I harvest this? Oh, there we go. Forgot about that. Plant. Potatoes. Did Cobra die of herpes? He seems like it. He's got a little bit of lip growth. Looks like Yukari wants to hang out. Sorry, Yukari. Akahiko does too. Sorry, dudes. There's people stuck in Tartarus. Gotta go save them.
Yes.
The video while grinding, at least. Pretty alright, I think. Alright, let's check this out.
Well, let me tell you.
This one. I think I don't think I did see this one yet. Let me tell you something. Here's our audio.
Review Tech USA. You know what review? Did you see this? Did you see this? No.
Okay, so Review Tech gets it.
Let me explain. Vito goes. I exposed him about being a pedophile, right? Like again for the millionth time. But I got like 70 retweets because he put that one tweet out with the racist thing. So I'm like, all right, well, here you go. And then I got 70.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so
like
Vito's response to me being like, "You're."
You gotta keep in mind, sure they praise DSP, but it's in relation to Rich Review Tech. So you gotta keep that in mind.
A pedophile is him going.
Gotta keep in
"You're
mind
the
who they're
biggest
comparing
loser in
him to."
Canada." Me being knocked out, right?
Yeah.
Review text like, "Ha! I'm glad he was knocked out because he made fun of my daughter's."
Well, that
illness."
was me who was making fun of his daughter being blind.
I never threw you under the bus.
Well,
either.
even then, you know, like, well, it was like the whole joke was like, that's just too far
It's
even
too
for
far.
this
That
show
was the joke.
to mock his daughter's blindness. But to be fair, like, the way he reports the gaming news is so atrocious, I wouldn't be surprised if God felted him with that plague. After what he did to Jay this week,
Oh my
after
God!
what
Savage.
he did to Jay, and we're
Jay's
gonna cover
winning.
this. I think we're gonna cover it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, probably.
I don't think we have enough time to get to it today because we have Keffels, Vosh, Tipster,
Takeda,
Vito Files, the pedophiles, Sneeko, Pearly. We have so much shit to get into. But Review Tech USA fired his editor on his birthday.
The day before.
Okay, the day before his birthday, with no notice
Wow.
whatsoever, just said, hey, your income is ending.
You already finished Persona 3 Reload? I thought I was grinding pretty hard. I guess I'm just taking my time.
Yeah.
Figure it the fuck out.
Congrats.
And you wonder why. Is it because Jay was doing a bad job? No, because Rich was like, my passion's in music.
Rich is a lazy fuck. Rich believes.
Sad.
Rich of Review Tech USA, a motherfucker who's fatter than I am, which is almost impossible.
Right.
That's
the most disgusting human being I have ever laid eyes on. The human sausage of sweat and filth and decadence, rubbing fucking mayonnaise all over himself while he's high on edibles. Disgusting, talentless hack piece of shit. One of the worst performers I've ever seen in all my life.
Agreed.
Honestly, I fucking despise Review Tech USA with every ounce of my being. He sits there and pretends that he's better than DSP.
Yeah.
But you know what the truth is? He could never tie DSP's shoelaces.
not even close.
Dark Side Phil is a fucking god of the internet compared to Review
Compared
Tech
to
USA.
Rich Review
At
Tech.
least
You gotta keep
Phil
that in
gets
mind.
up there and plays his video games every day.
Let's go,
Review
Felton,
Tech
etc.
USA is too pathetic to read the fucking gaming news.
Right?
He can't even read the fucking gaming news.
It's your
folks.
job.
What
It's
a
your
fucking loser!
job.
DSP would rape him. You lock those two motherfuckers in a cell, and DSP will blind Review Tech USA like his bitch-made daughter and walk out the fucking king.
Jesus.
That's what I said, Rich. Fucking DSP would fucking slaughterhouse you in a cage, in a Mortal Kombat, fucking Street Fighter match, anything. Dark Side Phil is a higher form of life than you, Review Tech, and you can pretend all you like, but you fucked Jay so that he could stream with dirty Instagram whores.
Yeah.
Some dirty whore he got off
With
Instagram.
no
and
viewers.
poor Jay is literally crying on his birthday. He's sobbing with tissues in hand. Rich fired me and I have no money. He's like fucking crying.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, we're gonna
Can't pay rent or whatever.
He can't pay his rent. He's like, it's really hard in Canada. Groceries are expensive. No joke. He verbatim says it.
Look. Here's the thing is, me and him used to be buddies IRL, right? We just started like stop being friends. And I hated him. I'm like, you're working with a Review Tech? What are you, a fucking
Well, what about
pedophile?
Tough out there.
But anyway, so what happens, guys? This is a crazy story. We'll go over more tomorrow. But basically, half the audience of Rich goes, fuck you, Rich. We're going to watch Jay. And Jay's sobbing, making like $50.
$10, 20, 4, 5.
Member.
Meanwhile, Review Tech's getting nothing.
Nothing.
Review Tech, it's going so badly for him.
And he's
He
like-
has to call in to damage control and cope it all away.
Yeah.
He's like, we gotta clear the air, man. And you can tell Jay is just fucking seething.
Done.
He's just done with Rich's shit, and he's like, yeah, well, you know, it's tough. I've been laid off from jobs with no notice before. That's just the way it is, Jay. Like, just fucking like, and he's just coming off as the biggest, most unlikable prick in the whole fucking universe.
And you know,
But we'll cover that tomorrow.
and you know how Jay, how,
It's so funny, like-
how we know Jay hates him?
It's so funny how Rich is such a fucking stupid idiot. He thinks he can get any of this past people. It's like, you can say whatever you want. You can try and sugarcoat it and cope. But people know exactly what's going on. They can read between the lines. You're not that smart, Rich. Like, you can sit there and call in and be like, yeah, there's like no bad blood. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But everyone who's watching is just like, yeah, you're just coping. You're seething. You're mad. You know, this isn't working out well for you. It's like, how manipulative do you think you are? It's so creepy.
Is people in Jay's comments. By the way, he's
But I'm not the
blowing
only
up.
one.
Like 600 viewers live. you know, fucking like almost beating Rich basically. And comments are saying that it has like 10,000 replays and shit, so he's doing really well.
So choppy.
And
So
people in the
choppy.
chat like, you know what? I always hated fucking Rich. Fucking,
Yes.
fucking,
Yes.
like you actually read the
Right,
chat.
yes.
You do this, da, 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 da.
So-
and Jay likes those comments.
It's so key now, and not only that, so Rich has been battling Snort Hogan, which is the only reason I know that any of this shit is going on, is because Snort Hogan has been clipping Review Tech USA
Yes.
to the point where Rich is now so humiliated, so felted, he's begging Snort Hogan for a truce. He's like, please forgive me. I'll bring you on the show, Snort Hogan. Please stop felting me.
On the show.
Oh my god, it's just so fucking good.
Well, here he is.
But Review Tech USA thinks for one moment he's tough enough to take on Phil Burnell.
Yeah.
Phil Burnell is the ultimate fucking survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Even if Review Tech USA's 480-pound fucking disgusting sweaty frame was on top of him, Phil Burnell would summon it within himself to bench press Review Tech USA off of him, and then he would fucking take his fingers and just jab them into Review Tech USA's eye sockets till he fucking bled, and he would fucking slice Review Tech USA's throat open with his fingernails, drink his fucking blood, and then rip open his man tits and eat
Okay,
them
we
for
get it.
sustenance.
We get it. We
This
get
is
it.
the man
All
that
right.
Phil Burnell is.
Yeah,
Phil Burnell will never quit.
You think
You're just
Phil's
trying to
gonna
get under his
quit
skin.
Whereas Review Tech USA
No.
is soft as fuck. Can't even handle.
Phil is not a survivor. He's kept alive barely like a fucking necromancer's homunculus by a down bad troon who literally wants to fuck him, who just bankrolls his entire lifestyle, literally held up by one person. ESP's not a survivor. He's a cockroach.
The 1 month of Snort Burnell. Phil has been facing
ESP loses his top whale, he's in immediate financial freefall. That's not stability.
Snort Burnell.
They're just saying that just to get under Rich Review Tech's skin because they know he's gonna watch this, and Rich holds himself up as like Phil's arch nemesis for some reason. Lot to
open
get into that.
combat getting felted for like
Cockroaches aren't hard to get rid of. You stop them and they're dead.
15 years now.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't heard no bell.
Yeah.
Whereas Review Tech USA starts crying out for the bell. Where's my bell?
And you know what's the best idea, by the way? When you're upset with Snort Hogan, you're felted, you want to quit YouTube? To go after Kino Casino the day after the Metacritic screen.
Oh, it's really good.
Very good
Well,
idea.
He's clout chasing.
Very good.
Because fucking, yeah, like Review Tech USA is legit in the gutter. He has nothing left.
There's
no clout, there's no viewership, there's no money left. Jay's taking what little money there was left and just saying, it's mine,
and
bitch.
actually multiplying it.
Yes.
Like now,
he's
No,
doing
don't
better
deal.
because his show is better than Review Tech USA's ever was because he's not stoned all day.
Yeah.
Review Tech USA's on fucking 1,000 milligram of edible. Let me rub my tits. In his fucking
Money, no.
retard chair. Are
9,000.
you fucking kidding me?
God damn it.
This is the quality entertainment of Review
That's
Tech
a lot.
USA. He said, oh, anybody could do it. I want to see you do this. I want to see you read the news. Fuck you. Fuck you.
the new.
Are you kidding? And then he blasts like,
10-minute videos
he's like,
a day?
there's no news now because E3 is gone. Well, what about all the other fucking million channels that read the gaming news, you lazy fat fuck? Do you really think you're the next not-so-slim shady Cucumber Man? Like, is that the name of his fucking new group, the Cucumber Man? Who the fuck? I love cock and cucumber. Like, fuck.
Is that what he's? Wait, what?
No, that's his whole gimmick on his show. He hits himself in the head with fucking cucumbers, rubs them all over his tits while he's stoned.
Let's go, Felted.
Fucking
It's,
roosters on his desk. And he thinks
plugins.
he's gonna be a
You
rap
clipped it.
artist doing his fucking beats.
only one.
You clip this, so you know for sure.
Holy
When he was
shit.
sadly talking about firing Jay, he's like in the midst of like literally like 30-second pauses in between sentences. He's sad, about to cry, and then midway through the video, he's like, Okay, I'll take off my shirt. You want to see the nips?
No, yeah, I know.
Like depressingly.
It's $50 for him to
He's
take
like
his
this.
shirt off.
He's like,
He
anyway,
rubs his disgusting fucking pepperoni pizza fucking father nipple. This guy is he's 50 fucking years old. It's one thing when you're doing this shit in your 20s, these gauge. It's another thing when you're in your 50s, Rich, with children in the other room that you have to take care of. And you're too much of a lazy fucking stoner burnout to read the fucking gaming news to support your kids. Your daughter who's fucking blind? And you can't find it within yourself to read the fucking gaming news? I have to do a passion project for me and fuck my editor.
Yeah.
Because I want to do rap music.
No, and
I want to do beats.
Also,
oh, but his highly edited video essays.
He wants to do
high production value video essays. I bet you will see precisely one of these.
Yes.
Maybe two.
They don't make
Neither
money.
of them will hit the algorithm. There'll be a total loss in terms of time and money.
Yep.
And then this motherfucker will be back to the same old shit he was doing before, except it won't be in the algorithm anymore. The views will be diminished and he'll be totally fucked.
Yeah.
He's fucked.
But I did one video.
Does he really think
Subculture.
he's gonna be the next Joji at 50 fucking years old, looking like he does?
Bro, I did those subculture
Exactly,
videos.
James. Rich looks like a fat, greasy penis. He looks like a blockhead.
But hear this. Those things took 40, 50 hours to edit for subculture, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he has the effort?
He doesn't have.
You
Are
can't do
kidding me?
10-minute videos. He had to have an editor. Jay, edit 10-minute.
This guy
talking
can't even.
in the camera
I know.
videos.
He couldn't even edit.
You can't put the zoom in.
Why
and
don't
zoom
you
out
just
and-
do it in one fucking take? Does anybody even need the zoom in or zoom out?
No.
But if they did, you could do it yourself, Rich.
It's literally.
There was no reason for him to even have Jay in the first fucking place, to be
No.
perfectly honest with you, other than Jay actually kept this retarded mongoloid in line.
Well, you want to know why he fired Jay? Like the last straw. There was supposed to be big Xbox news. So Jay was like, hey, Rich, you do know there's big Xbox news. We should stream it. He's like, no, I'm tired. And you know what, Jay? I think it's time we go our separate ways. When Jay's trying to make anything happen, like, hey, fatty, can we wake up?
Jay, like, can we do a fucking show? Can we, like, here's the topic list, sir. No, I'm not feeling
you're fired,
it.
actually.
Like, what?
What the fuck?
What a piece of shit. I know nobody here even knows what the fuck we're talking about. He's so irrelevant. He's such a bum. Like,
Tomorrow we'll talk about it.
can barely even get fucking 1,000 people to
and
watch
real
it.
fast. So he attacks us, right? Watch this. So watch this. He's like, oh, Andy. So he goes, a guy talks about my daughter, which I didn't do, obviously, right?
No, you definitely didn't.
It wasn't me. It was you.
I didn't even say
But he's
anything that
laughing.
bad.
But he's laughing at me being knocked out. You know what ended up happening? All of his own fans are in his thread. Like, you've challenged 3 people to fight.
Yeah.
And I've backed out on all
Every
3.
single time.
And he walked in and fought with a pro fighter.
He tried. I mean, at least Andy can go 10 minutes on the treadmill.
I stood in a ring.
tried.
With a pro fighter.
Like, they're calling him Retirement Home USA.
So he's
That's
battling.
where he belongs.
So he's teaming up to battle me with Vito. So you know what I pull out? Is this, Ash? Hey, Vito.
Cry. Cry hard, Snort Hogan. Cry hard, Cult of Hate. Keep
Snort Hogan, just, you're ripping Rich apart. I have no clue why this output is so choppy. This browser is just showing up like 5 frames a second. Let me see if I can get rid of some background processes. I think I already killed them all. Yeah, I don't have anything else to kill. Bummer. I don't know. Like, it shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't, like, be smooth sometimes and then be choppy some other times. It should be either one or the other consistently. But anyways, speaking of editing, the X-Men video that I was editing for It's a Gundam finally went live. I say finally. Usually it's like a day or two after I finish editing, but this one took a little bit longer. It's fine. And people seem to be really enjoying it. Take a look at that. I need to run and take care of something really, really quickly. Just take me like a minute and I'll be back. Rewind. WaterFox is supposed to be very efficient when it comes to CPU usage. But I guess not. Come on, you can go ahead and load. Nothing's stopping you, man. Play.
The 90s X-Men can only be summed up in one word: iconic. X-Men was a flagship comic book of Marvel at the time. This was right before the comic book industry crashed because the comic industry got really greedy and started pretending that every comic book was a collector's item and people thought that they'd be worth more than stock markets or gold. It was a real stupid time in the 90s. Jim Lee and Chris Claremont's X-Men #1 sold the most comic books like ever. That was because there was like 100 variant covers. Video games starring the X-Men flowed like wine for over a decade. There was X-Men by Konami, that was in '92.
Welcome to die.
The White Queen welcomes you to die.
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
Yeah!
There was X-Men, Children of the Atom in '94, and the hits just kept coming. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, that was a massive hit for them. That spawned the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise that dominated the fighting game industry for years to come. So naturally, with all that juice, there would be a TV show. Marvel did try to make an X-Men TV show earlier than the 90s, but it never made it past a pilot episode. This was back in 1989, with the now famous Pride of the X-Men. You can find it on YouTube. The animation that is now over 35 years old in this show is better than what we're getting with X-Men '97. It was developed by Marvel and New World Television. It was animated by Toei Animation.
I decided to include those clips of the old X-Men video game, Welcome to Die. So infamous.
Which explains why it looks so good, because they were killing it with Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and so on. Needless to say, Marvel fell on hard times. On brand for Marvel. Margaret Loesch was the former head of Marvel Productions at the time before they went belly up. She then became a major player for Fox Kids. So she turned around and bought the TV rights for the X-Men.
And
One of the
I
good ones.
told my boss, I'm gonna order X-Men, and he said, And I was really taken aback. I said, well, I thought I had green light authority here and I could make the creative decisions. He said, Margaret, I think that X-Men is a mistake. Why do you believe in it so much? And I told him all the reasons. He says, well, I don't know, I don't really. He says, and I don't see any enthusiasm from you. And I said, well, my enthusiasm is for the shows, not for, I really believe in it. And so he thought it was a mistake. He thought that, again, a comic book, maybe it was too esoteric. I can't remember all the reasons he didn't like it. But he said to me, okay, Margaret, I'll let you do it, but you understand if it doesn't work, it's not going to work for us together here. He said, are you willing to put that much behind this show? And I said, yeah.
Then we got the Night of the Sentinel.
How can you say that, you just hate women when, like, there's excellent, dedicated, hardworking women in the field who people appreciate? It's just these radicalized, idiotic feminists who are the issue.
Two-part pilot episode that blew everybody's nuts off, which led to X-Men the Animated Series that dropped in 1992 to major fanfare, obviously. Like TV shows of this era, it was a kid show, but it was more adult-themed and complex than what we get now. You won't be getting Professor Xavier making Magneto relive the horrors of the Holocaust in today's made-for-modern audiences milquetoast world.
No, don't make me see. Xavier, I can't. Stop it. Stop it.
No, Magneto.
you will stop.
No. Oh my God. Stop!
That type of episode might give today's Zoomers PTSD. For many years, people wondered what could have been had X-Men not been canceled.
Including the clip from Rich was not my idea.
97.
FYI.
Flash forward to the year 2021. Disney teases the X-Men 97, a show that picks up where the animated series left off. Honestly, you're better off reading the comic books. November 2021 is when reality reared its ugly
It was a really bad idea for that teaser trailer to show footage from the original animated series because it just reminded everyone how much better it looked.
head. When the original voice actor for Jubilee rejected her role, I knew that there was diversity, equity, and inclusion in the water. Data Racer collected tweets from the lead writer and showrunner of the X-Men 97. There are two terms that perfectly surmise this woman's existence on Twitter: woke scold and radical left.
Lead writer and producer for the X-Men reboot on Disney Plus is having a meltdown about Kyle Rittenhouse. Calls him a racist white supremacist and thinks all 20-year-old white males are potential mass shooters.
You might think that this tweet is hyperbolic, but it's not. I will only read you her most wild takes, because we ain't got all day for this. Here in this tweet, you can see that she's ranting about Rittenhouse.
Get a life, lady. Who cares?
And in the next tweet, we have,
Can I finally share that I've truly never believed that I'm the writer and supervisor producer for the new X-Men animated TV show 97. Strap in, bub, you're in for a hell of a ride.
I'm sure I'm in there for diversity, equity, and inclusion, gender non-binary, pronouns, and everything in between. Let's read what else she has to say.
That's from her own IMDb bio. She's clearly a NATO woman, but she calls herself transgender. They, them. Like, just such a trender.
It's to the point where every time I pass...
So fake, it's so hollow, and it's just... Obviously, she just does it to fit in with the woke crowd. Doesn't believe any of it.
It's to the point where every
It's a fake dipshit.
time I pass a 20-something lone white male, I feel the need to ask him please not shoot people, just in case.
Lady, are you out of your mind? When I see a group of black guys I know to cross the street. Wow, he would...
I knew there was going to be an issue there. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do something about this. God damn it. I was like, how am I going to soften this up a little bit for YouTube? So I included that quote from Jesse Jackson on screen where he said essentially the same thing. So, well, I didn't draw the skeleton. I just included it. It's part of the 2D assets that were sent to me. But yeah, if you're going to have an issue with that quote, then you should have an issue with Jesse Jackson, who said essentially not much different. He feels relieved when he's walking down the street and turns around and it's a white person.
Wow, he went too far with the truth.
If you're blissfully unaware, white rage is trending because folks are trying to keep critical race theory from being taught. A total, normal, and chill desire. No rage there, just daisies and white supremacy.
What are you talking about, lady? Let me tell you, critical race theory turned my sister into a monster.
If it walks like
I didn't know about that. Hopefully my own sisters don't go the same route, but it's only so much you can do.
a duck, quacks like a duck, and probably armed white supremacists who puts government officials in jeopardy in order to, yes, what you
The view count on this is doing bangers, by the way. 97,000 in 18 hours.
said they're terrorist traitors, quack, quack.
It's over. We are screwed.
Look at the insanity. Literally, this person is in charge of the X-Men cartoon, and it's your typical, really far left
Someone was upset that I put Big Red's face over Mr. Sinister. I guess Mr. Sinister was somebody's favorite villain, and this ruined it for him.
nut job.
But it's a villain.
That just screams about every conspiracy theory that white people are in control of everything. Last I checked, a white man isn't even entitled to his opinion, let alone the country. We got stuff on Donald Trump. This is, God, I can't.
Don't use the Black Lives Matter tag if in your Instagram blackout if you're white. Do amplify voices. The point is for us to be...
It is kind of funny, like, Ladies and Skeletons is part of my intro, and the visual representation of Gundam's editor is a skeleton.
Silent and listen.
It's a reference to Ludwig's lair, all the skeletons that are in his boss arena.
not silence the whole movement and prevent information from spreading.
Ah, yes. Like when entire neighborhoods were burned to the ground. The message was clear.
Chaos reigns supreme.
Anybody remember the de-autonomous zone and all the crime that went on there? Listen, you
Yes, he
bigot.
knows.
Closer look at
Seattle.
my shirt from today. The galaxy was made for you and me. Star Wars, #resist.
It's always the people that are part of the Empire that always think they're the resistance. I'm part of the resistance. I'm going to be writing and directing a cartoon and shaping the minds of children. I have no power. In this one, the woman, she goes from basically saying that her top 4 animated cartoons, none of them were the X-Men in November of 2020. But when November 2021 rolled around, X-Men was number 1.
X-Men animated series was my Saturday. I was not a kid who woke up early, but this show shot me out of
Gotta call people out when they mess up. He put the wrong tweet on the screen.
bed to see what happened.
This is not the tweet that he's reading off, but he put it on screen. A little bit of an error. It wasn't in my version, but he decided to put a different thing here, and then he ended up putting the wrong tweet here. Nobody's perfect.
After to be continued, so I could swoon over Rogue and marvel at the storytelling. I still believe it is the definitive X-Men adaptation. Gender to me is similar to religion. You may grow up with
Man, they really can't help but say the quiet part out loud. You see gender as a religion. Okay. Usually whenever someone accuses the left of treating gender like it's a religion, they deny it. But this idiot is so stupid, she literally says she sees gender like it's a religion.
it, and it can give
What a
guidance,
doofus.
community, and identity and perspective. Some may find peace within this framework, but some just don't need it. And the more you hold up either as absolute truth, the more you limit your world.
Yeah.
She's
so
now
open-minded.
equating gender to religion because the left has succeeded in getting rid of religion, and you see how well things are going. Nobody has a moral compass. The next thing is to take out nature. Now that we have finished God, we must get rid of Mother Nature. Unless we're trying to sell you on electric cars.
Stop him!
This video.
These little semi-animated bits are fun to make. Taking still images and essentially making little small animations out of them. Kind of fun to do.
Rid of Mother
And people appreciate it.
Nature. Unless we're trying to sell you on electric cars.
Stop him!
This video is gonna get me in so much trouble. In this portion of tweets, she basically points out how she will be offering jobs to people that follow her or something.
If you post below, I will retweet. Black folks looking for work or who want to break in, I promise to make this more regular post going forward.
But the catch is, if you want to get work in the industry, you better be black.
That whole bit there was my idea, this sequence here, because it is essentially neo-segregation and just racism with extra steps when you're separating people by race and giving certain races more opportunities than others. It's like you're just a bigot. You're just everything that you claim you hate, and worse, because you feel that it's normalized, and you should know better.
Black.
While I can't read scripts right now, I will also start to make it available to anyone who isn't white, het, cis, is interested in. This is not something many find helpful or need right now, but I will offer it to those who are looking for it.
Some guy goes, so as soon as I said you would have to rewrite Batman to be black, I started thinking about how I would do it, and here's what I have.
Green light signal!
In March of 2023, one of the other writers of the show said some things that confirmed my bias that I already had towards the show after our lovely lady here. As part of the discussion, Dave Mayo said,
Yeah,
I
that's
came
Squidward.
up with a pitch. I pitched to Kevin
That's the Squidward thing wasn't something that I had added. That was added in later.
Feige, and you know him and
Hi,
Brad
Gundam.
could not have been more supportive and also just encouraging to make sure we got it right.
Different.
I think one of my favorite parts was like they were truly interested in like what my experience as
articulate.
a black gay man was and how it was going to inform the story we were telling. And that to them was like, that is how we're going to make this authentic, he revealed.
Yes. You know, every episode of X-Men as a child, I thought to myself, oh man, I can't wait to get the gay experience.
It's like, how do I express that? And I settled on the scene of Scott and Jean getting married. It's so gay, right?
You know, we're never going to get an episode where Nightcrawler talks about Christianity.
I didn't think he'd include this entire scene, mostly for copyright purposes, but he included a lot here. There's a little bit more that goes into this, but he included a lot of the scene.
Reasons to be thankful.
What about the monastery?
A great tragedy. But it was only stone and mortar. The foundation God has built in our hearts can never be destroyed.
Man, I don't get you.
Here, I've marked a few passages you may find rewarding. Remember, Herr Logan, different eyes.
Ah, Perry. Back in the civilized world.
I don't know. Those quiet little monks were starting to grow on me.
Face it, Shell. Those monks kid themselves. We on our own in this world. Life is random. Deal you a full house or a busted flush. What'd I say?
What if he's right? What if there is nothing else?
I will give thanks to you, O Lord, for though you were angry with me, your anger turned away and you comforted me. I will trust and will not be afraid.
Wolverine smiling, something you don't see a whole lot. There were people in the comments, a few people in the comments, not too many, like 4 or 5 that I was reading, that were very, very upset by the inclusion of any sort of religious aspect to it. I don't know. It's hard to get upset or irritated by it because typically fedora tippers of that level do so because of some personal trauma that they've experienced. Someone close in their life who was religious, but also very heavy-handed and abusive. It's sad though that can't be sympathetic towards people of faith. But that's a minority. Most people, like about 10 times more people in the comments were supportive and were like, yeah, I remember this scene too. It was really cool.
This one piece from his Comic-Con panel was all that I needed to know. Instead of basing the show off of comics by Chris Claremont, they seem to be doing their own thing, which seems to be on brand for recent Marvel writers because none of them read the comic books, and they admit it in interviews like it's a casual thing. Like, you know why Thor sucks? As I never read a comic book.
Did you ever read you never read the comic book?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
Get him out of here.
Taiki Wakiki, or whatever his fucking name is. The guy who ruined Thor.
Get him out of here!
I just want to see the comic books come to life. I don't want to see the machinations and Tumblr fan fictions of radical Twitter progressives who think they're under some sort of dark leadership in the country, but it's modern media. They can't give you anything without preaching to you. On February 15th, the sneak peek of the X-Men trailer was revealed. The X-Men cartoon dropped and the normies were all abuzz to see it. People who were really fans of the X-Men cartoons and had fond memories of the 90s series picked apart the trailer like something you pick apart. The trailer starts off with a bunch of member berries. Hey, remember Scott Summers and Jean Grey picture with a Wolverine meme? Look, it's the Colossus toy from the 80s or 90s. Remember those? Remember Calypso and the Morlocks? There's also a screen cap where you see the mutant fashion show. This is a callback to the more modern Marvel with the Hellfire.
Didn't know about any of this. Pretty weird.
Gala comic series that started in 2021 with celebrities. And I use.
Look how stupid this is. Kevin Feige looks like a fucking burn victim. He's so awkward looking with typical Marvel style, having these ultra realistic caricatures.
Term loosely with Patton Oswalt.
Look how disgusting that is. Patton Oswalt is a certified douchebag. If you don't know, like he's an outright just completely ridiculous asshole. You need a reminder when Angry Video Game Nerd put out that video where he said he didn't want to watch the new Ghostbusters reboot because he felt it was unfaithful to the original Ghostbusters. Patton Oswalt laid into him on Twitter, just insulting him, ridiculing him, all because Patton Oswalt was involved with the reboot, and he just couldn't stand it that somebody else was like, I don't want to watch your movie. It's like, well, that's a very mature way to handle it.
Being featured in the comic book, and Eminem of all things.
Eminem looking very haggard. Eminem not the greatest either. Put out a bunch of music early on in his career that he would later on denounce, and put out a very cringe anti-Trump rap.
And I'm not even joking. I don't understand this. Modern.
I don't like Trump. He's a dummy, and he is not funny. I don't like him because he's orange.
Marvel.
And I don't know what to rhyme with orange.
Makes no sense.
I think that was Eminem's anti-Trump rap. I think it was.
And it,
pretty much, who cares?
It's almost as depressing as DC Comics. But you do get to see the Daily Bugle newspaper, and it hints at Spider-Man existing in this universe, and Eddie Brock, which means Venom, because there's a news piece on him. Who cares? You might have also noticed a Voldemort-looking character. Well, that's Morph. He's back, and he's non-binary, because that was a thing in 1997. Remember all the non-existent, non-binary people back in 1997?
Somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, how dare you? He's a shapeshifter. He should be non-binary." And I just left a comment. I'm trying not to leave too many comments under the video, because I just want to, not try and get in between the video and the fans. I'm just an editor. I'm not someone who needs to like argue with people or fight people. But I just said 2 sentences, objective facts, not really arguing, just stating reality, that X-Men 97 takes place. It picks up where the original series left off, and in the original series, Morph identifies as male. So make of that what you will. Like, does it pick up where the original series left off, or doesn't it?
Yeah, neither do I. It's almost like it's a modern day thing interjected into your piece.
This part really worries me, where they say an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. It's like in the original series, he mourned a fallen comrade, but the interpretation of the new series is going to go really over the wall, off the top with it. I would not be surprised whatsoever if they made Wolverine gay in the new series.
Of nostalgia bait.
Just mark my words. Remember, I said it.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
If we call back to the lead writer's tweets on gender, odds are this brilliant idea was hers. The X-Men animated series had dark undertones, and Morph being traumatized by almost dying and then being brainwashed, manipulated, and controlled by Mr. Sinister was a major plot point for the character. Oh well, he's lighthearted and non-binary now, you bigot. His new face is a callback to the Changeling, aka Kevin Sidney, which I believe is one of his original names or aliases. Go Google it if you want. I don't care.
Someone in the comments said that this is a picture of Mastermind, and I just commented, no, it's not. Again, like, I don't want to argue with people, but if people are going to say things in the comments that are literally untrue, I just have to point out, like, no, sorry, but no.
Care enough to remember, because I was
like, what do you think? You think we're some idiots that didn't do our research? We put in the wrong mutant?
Because I was Nemorph.
This image exists. It doesn't exist for no reason. This isn't like Mastermind standing in front of Morph.
Man, how do you like that? But Morph in the TV show was an alternate reality version of the comic book version, if we really want to split hairs. If you Google a little bit, you'll find his original face matches that of Morph in the animated television show. And if you look up his comic biology or bio, you will see that he clearly identifies as male. But then again, with all that information, it doesn't...
This is the idiotic Twitter discourse, being like, oh my god, the fans are losing their shit because he says he's non-binary. Oh my god, they got woke. When did they get woke? You got, what, it's 1963. You're going to say that 1963 people were woke? And it's like, even back then, he identified as male, so.
Mean anything, because he...
All this non-binary shit is a new thing. They didn't have it in 1963 or 1997, for that matter.
These people literally had Gambit kinetically charge Wolverine's claws that are attached to his adamantium bones. The moment his claws come into contact with something else, his flesh would be blown off of his body, because that's what...
That was a funny bit. I'm glad that people in the comics are enjoying that too. It's a little semi-animated bit. It's an explosion. And I got lucky and I found an image of Wolverine's skeleton, which is really useful in putting that in there and illustrating the point.
Gambit's power does. Every X-Men fan knows this. But I guess since they opted for Bishop and Worf rather than
It's like if Gambit and Wolverine got in a fight, that's how Gambit would win, is by kinetically charging his skeleton. So using it as like a buddy team attack is a very dumb way to go about it.
Rather than Colossus and Archangel, they had to come up with some new cool team move because they can't use the fastball without Colossus. But the real crime in all of this is the Southern Belle Rogue.
Oh no.
They took my girl's ass away. X-Men 97 Hank Hill Rogue.
Gundam included this.
I'll never forgive this.
They turned Rogue into a goddamn plank of wood with a Joker-sized chin. Why? I don't know. X-Men fans online began to meme uncontrollably and lament the loss of Marvel's best girl. It's clear this show will have the message well and truly in place, and I'm not looking forward to it. So far, all the indications are there for another mediocre Disney Plus show with more focus on diversity, equity, inclusion than staying true to the original source material.
This is a quote from Margaret Loesch, the original showrunner of the 1997 cartoon. And it's a very important quote. I never found it necessary to reinvent good stuff. It's like the original showrunners knew what they were doing. They didn't find it necessary to change what was proven to have already worked. What a concept. And it's from a woman, too. I mean, as if we hate women. Like, no, there's good women and bad women.
Another hollow piece of content, relying heavily.
Of course, that's an exaggeration, but Mary Jane looks so fucking ugly in Spider-Man 2.
Relying heavily on nostalgia, while Mickey Mouse parades around in a Wolverine skin suit. Haha! Let's go, bub! To me, my X-Men! The Archer-style 2.5D animation lacks depth and soul. It's like any other modern adaptation we are subjected to. A shadow of a...
People enjoyed that I included this dance scene from X-Men Evolution. Anyone who's seen X-Men Evolution has this scene imprinted in their mind for good reason. It's not only very well animated, but also sexy as hell. And compared to the stilted, stiff
shadow of
jig that Jubilee is doing in the top image
of its former glory.
You're not going to see animation this smooth in the new series.
A quick flip, a fast cash grab, and some fan bait on a string, praying we're stupid enough to be fooled again.
So yeah, people seem to like it. It's doing pretty well. Nearly 100,000 views in less than a day, which is not bad. Let's sort by newest. See what people are saying about it. The left and the right are both bad. Well, it's a very, very big brain take. There's just people that's fucked up in the head. Thanks for social media, they can expose themselves. Gonna be DOA. Personally, I never had so much hope for this. I was falling for the trap. Blows my mind that the Chaz hasn't brought up more. It was a wild piece of insurrection and sedition that got swept under the rug. A good point. We need you, Gundam. Don't change. No Psylocke either. Some recognizable people from the Detractor sphere I see in the comments sometimes. That Nightcrawler episode was fire. And it's not an echo chamber. There are people who disagree in the comments, and that's fine. Okay if they disagree. As long as, you know, they're presenting their opinions and not just saying things that are literally untrue. Because if they do that, then you feel obligated to jump in and be like, well, actually, well, literally. Alt Insider is going to be talking about the Gouty Ant, going over all the lore of ESP's Aunt at 9:30. That might be worth tuning into and listening. Brand Dude is also going to be doing a the off stream thing. Now, there might be some clips to get caught up on. I think there was some interesting clips to watch. Check out DSP reacting to the Elden Ring stream as we get back into gameplay. Or the Elden Ring.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Sorry, I wear a VPN monitor. I don't know really what to say about the Elden Ring teaser trailer for the Elden Ring DLC. It looks fine. Sorry, the throw system is not activated. But yeah, it looks good. Like, what more can I say about it? Looks good. I'm gonna get it. It's $40, which I think is a little bit pricey. But you know, it'll go down eventually. I hope it has a lot of content for that $40.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Yeah, I've beaten Elden Ring 4 times, and it's not like they were all new game pluses. 2 of them were brand new, fresh playthroughs. Yeah, I've beaten Elden Ring 4 times. To get all the endings, I haven't done the flame, the chaos flame ending. That'd be the last one I'll do when I play it with the DLC.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Gaming news overload out the ass.
Of course, things
In a
going
world
inside and
where
out of
instant
butts.
gratification on the internet has ruined the human experience. Few times in history have such epic things happened as today. The Big Bang creating all of existence as we know it. The Ice Age wiping out the dinosaurs. The invention of the internet completely spoiling all of us. And of course, Taylor Swift ruining the NFL for everyone. But now,
Did he plan on this? This
June
is so fucking
21st,
cringe.
It happens again. Elden Ringers, rejoice. Raise your arms in the form of the sphere. Because the...
Dude. Oh my god, I need a fucking pause. My teeth are gonna jump out of my head, and this is so fucking cringe. DSP, you hated Elden Ring. You despised it. You said the people who made it were stupid. But DSP, you say you make content for adults, right? You used to make content for teenagers, which is why you were so sexual. You were so sexually suggestive because you were catering to teenagers, which sounds creepy as fuck. It makes you sound like a fucking pedophile. But that's what you said out loud, and it's what you admitted it. But now you're catering to adults, right? Do you think adults are doing this? Do you think adults are watching you and doing these hand motions alongside with you? Those are some very special adults, to say the least.
The shadow of the Erd Tree cometh.
Hey, listen. You didn't need to post that. Why? Why did you post it?
Based.
It's too late now to delete it. Now we just have to live with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for that? Never in a million zillion
No,
years.
Phil, I'm not ready.
The
Hold
DLC is
on.
$39.99. It's the most expensive
Grow
DLC
up.
FromSoft has ever sold. Okay? So,
Better be good.
That being said,
Hey, I love that podcast.
with that price tag on it, right? You have to believe it's going to be incredibly long. If the main game was
You don't have
$70 and was 80 to 100 hours long, obviously you would expect that a DLC that's $40 is going to probably be around 40 hours long. Now, you could be wrong. Maybe they're going to rip everybody off. Maybe because they took 2 years to make it and they've decided to beat it, to blow it up as much as they have, hype it up this much. Maybe they're just gonna rip everybody off and overcharge. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, if you buy that sucker and you beat it in 10 hours, people are gonna be pissed as shit. Like, are you out of your fucking minds? You charge just $40 for 10 hours of content, right? And that's the thing, like, typical DLCs from
ESP, you're so fucking stupid. Like, you understand that boss fights are going to take different amounts of time for different people. You can't just say, oh, it's going to be 10 hours, it's going to be 15 hours, it's going to be 12 hours, it's going to be 40 hours. It's going to be different for everyone depending on how long it takes for them to defeat the bosses. It's such a huge window of time that you can't narrow it down to one certain hour length. How's it going, Lonely Slowly? I'm doing good.
FromSoft games clock in around 10 hours long, right? Take a look at the expansions for Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3. They're not that lengthy. They're good, but they're not that lengthy. Typically, they've gone for around 20 bucks. So for this one to be 40, that's a big ask, okay? Now also, they're selling a special edition of the game that includes the original Elden Ring, also packaged with the
Get to it.
DLC, and that's going to sell for $79.99. Okay? So,
okay,
that's $80 for the complete package of Elden Ring. But the weird part about that is you can buy Elden Ring for like 10 bucks, 5 bucks. You can find discs of it everywhere online for cheap. You know what I mean? So essentially, they're overinflating the value of the original game back to $40 just because you need the original game to access the DLC. And I don't know if I agree with that. I do feel like that's kind of a dirty trick. You know, if you're someone who played the original, good for you. You could just easily you go right back to this spot
easily just like,
to access the DLC for free. But what about people who maybe now I'm jumping on? So now I got to pay $80 to play the full game? Why? The original game is supposed to be like $5-10 bucks, and then if I bought the DLC, so this should be 35 bucks. You know what I'm saying? So what they're doing,
no, not really.
They are monstrously inflating the value. What? Where did this come from? Right? Like what on earth?
Rats, man.
Huh? In fact, I'm just curious. How much is it now? How do I go to the page for it?
God, you're an idiot.
I don't know how you see it on PS5. Darn. Because I wanted to look at information, is it? No.
Yeah, it's still on Steam. There's 60 bucks.
No.
You can find discs of it, but the game isn't on the disc, right, Phil?
I was curious how much they're selling it for on PSN right now, right?
Right? Huh? What? Correct? You know? It is what it is? What is it, Phil?
I don't think I can find it.
I don't think I can find it.
Store.
What the fuck, man?
Because I already own it, so it's not going to show me how much you have to pay for it.
Get to it, dipshit. So stupid.
There, Elden Ring.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
View product.
Oh my god, you have a computer right in front of you.
It won't show me, yeah, because I already own it. It won't show me how much it costs.
Maybe you should have planned for this.
Which sucks, I would like to see. I can tell you this, they already put them on here. It's already here. Holy shit, yeah. So, Shadow of the Erdtree Edition is $79.99, and they have a Shadow of the Erdtree Deluxe Edition, which also includes a digital art book and OST.
Whatever that is.
That's it. It's just a digital art book and OST, and it's fucking $20 more. That's just crazy. It's already there. The trailer came out like 5 hours ago. It's already fucking here.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
that's what they would do,
yeah,
idiot.
So like, there you have it. I don't know what...
Like, it would be weirder if they didn't make it available for pre-order after unveiling the trailer. People would watch the trailer and go try and pre-order it and it not be there. That would be the weird thing. Not weird that it's available for pre-order now. Stupid fucking dipshit. How long have you been doing this? Yeah, Gundam had watched the Borderlands trailer during his stream that he did yesterday. And it looks really, really bad. Claptrap doesn't even sound like Claptrap. The main star looks like an old lady. The co-star is another old lady.
How much maybe they're going to charge $40 again. Maybe they reinflated the cost of Elden Ring because I know it wasn't $40. Last time I checked, that thing was going for real cheap, and now it sounds like they're reinflating the value of the game again for no good reason besides they want extra money because the DLC's coming out. There are collector's editions
because they want
as
extra
well.
money because they're greedy, you guys.
I
right?
saw
Not
one
like
that
me,
has an
though.
actual statue of Mesmer the Impaler, right? And someone in chat was saying there's another higher end edition that has a fucking a helmet or something. A helmet. That's what I want to do. When I play Elden Ring, I want to wear the helmet. All right, but I will say this:
to be worn
in
while
honor
playing
of
the
Elden
game,
Ring's
you
DLC
fucking
announcement
baby.
today, if we hit the $100 tips goal on either of my streams, I will wear the Knight's helmet, the Dumas helmet today, as the hat.
Dumbass helmet.
There you go. Excuse me.
As he begs.
Right now, I don't see anything. However,
Nice sneak beg.
I'm sure, maybe soon
I'm
there'll
sure,
be some contributions.
you know.
I'll shout them out if they come in. But I will say this. In the last few days, I had some people complaining a bit, saying, hey, I tipped you and you didn't give me a shout out. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we tipped and you're not shouting out. I was like, uh-oh. So this might be happening again, where I'm not getting all
They're just
of my
trolling you, stupid
notifications
idiot.
like I should. I sadly can't fix that. I can't make like PayPal work and send notifications properly like it's supposed to. But if you have contributed and you notice I'm not shouting it out, feel free to tag me in the chat. Say, hey, just so you know, I tipped and could you shout it out? And I'll give it a look manually.
God,
it is a
his
pain in
brain
the butt
is
to
just,
look
like,
manually. I
falling
have to go through my
apart.
browser to do it. If I could use the app, and the app doesn't show any data about like what you send in a message. So for example, I'll see if someone tipped, but I can't see what they said in the tip. I can only see that through the desktop version. So basically, the way I see it, it sucks. I think they should improve that because it was when it was working on the app, I could do it, and then they changed the app last year, and I can't do that anymore. But yeah, let me know. All right, I appreciate every single contribution that comes in here. You guys are the reason I'm still here after 15 plus years. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for supporting my efforts to be an independent content creator and be my own person.
You're not independent. If you
do it
were
like everybody
independent,
else
you
does,
wouldn't have
right?
to beg
look at
for
my
money.
content, it's very different.
You don't know
from
what
how a lot of other
independent
people do it,
means.
but that's because you guys allow me to do that and be myself through your support. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate everyone, and that's why I don't want to miss shouting out any
If you can be yourself, then why do you complain about having to censor yourself all the time?
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so as of now, I'm not seeing anything. So if you guys want to tag me in the chat and let me know what you want to talk about today, and I'll keep my eyes peeled just in case anything comes in.
Fucking lip smacks, man. Hello? That's so funny. Hello? Brainlit. You're live. That is being annoying, even on his day
I'm
off.
gonna manually check to see if I'm missing any contributions this morning, because I
Yeah,
might be.
you could like talk while you're doing this, but I guess you can't. I guess your brain isn't functional enough.
We found the stairs.
He's got to dedicate his full concentration to clicking on website links. If he talks while doing this, he'll mess up and show his personal information.
Okay, so hold on
or
a second,
something.
everybody.
No.
There was a tip, but I didn't get the notification for it. I received a $25 tip
from 1 Minute Man.
From 1 Minute Man.
Wow, how
He
surprising.
says, "Be careful with fire in the fireworks shop. Don't blow yourself up." 1 minute.
Okay. Is there a point to this clip? Because this doesn't have anything to do with Elden Ring.
Man, you must not have watched yesterday. We already did that. We already passed that point in the game, and I did not blow
1 Minute Man
myself up. I
doesn't
did
watch
pretty
your
good, actually. I did
content.
ultra stealth and disarming of traps.
He
and
just
I
gives
did
you
not
money
blow
because
myself
he's a
up.
cock.
Thanks for the heads up, though. Just a little late. Thank you, 1 Minute Man,
Thank you, idiot. Dumbass.
for your
Dipshit.
daily
Moron.
ongoing support of all of my content. It's like, oh, we gotta go get to the vault. Hold on, let me get my walker. We're going to the vault now, boys. We covered it extensively on the show today. All right, so
yikes.
Now it is time for the Elden Ringers to truly take their places back in gaming greatness. All of you Baldur's Gators, roll your 20-sided die right down the toilet bowl.
Of
All of you
course.
Final Fantasy VII
Scat
fanboys,
fetish.
take your plush chocobos and shove them up your asses, because it is
Right
time
up the butt.
for the Elden Ringers to come to prominence once again.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, man. The brain rot on this guy.
Put it in the place where you poop, and then take the thing and then you put it up your butt.
Like, again, I thought you were appealing to adults. Adults do not listen to that and laugh, Phil. I don't know if you're aware of this. Like, little babies find that funny. Rocking back and forth like an undiagnosed spurg. Wow, that's incredible.
If only I didn't have such pointy elbows, because I can't really do a good ring, because my elbows are so pointy, it always doesn't look like a diamond. I can't really do a ring with my arms, because my elbows always point out. See, I'm not a good Elden Ringer. I'm not. I'm just not a good Elden Ringer.
It's not funny. Fucking yikes, man. Again, you can see how he actually felt about Elden Ring by watching my Elden Ring video. Let's see, he's probably in music mode. Yes. Yep. Like thing coming down from the rafters. This PNG. Okay, Water Fox. Water Fox, please, for the love of God. You have one job. You have but one job. I back out of the tab, but it still keeps playing the music. Thanks, Water Fox. Very cool. Maybe I should look up if there's another browser that's less memory intensive. Why do your Mexican neighbors have chickens in their backyard? Well, it's a long story. A long, complicated story. I'm sure if you ask them, they would tell you, but you would need to learn Spanish in order to understand what they were saying. Like, made a video about Elden Ring as well. This is a good video, this Audentum video on Ethan Ralph. A lot of clips from like a year or two ago that seem really surreal in hindsight, considering how much has changed. Like hearing Nick Rekieta say that he's against polyamorous relationships just kind of blew my mind. It's like, wow, a lot has changed, hasn't it? I'm going to being against polyamorous relationships to openly bragging about his black friend leaving his baldo in his house. It's a lot has changed. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I didn't pause. I'm gonna get visited by the Reaper, aren't I? Oh no. I need to get out of this floor before the Reaper kills me. I'm gonna get reaped. Oh no. Hold on. Need to find the stairs quick. Oh shit, I'm nowhere near them. Stairs. Might be able to beat him, I don't know. Uh-oh.
The Reaper showed up. Be careful, everyone. We've stayed here for too long.
Ah! Where's the stairs? Oh shit, there he is. Stairs, please. There they are. Come after me? I haven't fought the Reaper yet. Alright, there's a teleporter. I could save. Don't have to worry too much. We got here anything more rich review tech battling it out with people he's just trying to pick fights with. Almost like he's trying to avoid some sort of responsibility or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kinda strange. Reaper is an in-game boss, great for grind if you can take him down consistent. No music. Is the music gonna stop playing if I press back? I can only hope. Man. People replying to comments. 18 minutes ago.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, that's about it. I'll just see how much I can do in like the next 10 minutes. Baby, if you're tired, you don't have to stick around.
This is the old clip.
If you're really sore and tired, you can.
For some reason, I thought this had something to do with
Alright, glad. Baby, no one's forcing you to be
Rich.
here.
Maybe because he was in the thumbnail.
Yeah, you can take off for the night. Just say goodbye to everyone. That's all.
Bye.
Bye.
You have to understand.
Guys, you have to understand. Cat is fat and unhealthy. She can't sit down for long periods of time. She has to get up and go sit down somewhere else. Or else she'll explode.
Video dials. And it's time for another iceberg entry, my friends. And this time it's of the gout style variety. Some may say the gout mother. Some may say the bringer of gout. So many names we could call our subject today. But for most of us, we will call her the Ant. And today, we're going to go on an odyssey, my friends. A true odyssey. Usually, on this stream, we'll start with, like, the memorable thing about something, and then work our way into the past, into the present. But today, we are just starting in the past and working our way forward. And we're going to learn together about how the story of the bringer of gout has changed, evolved, been added to, all of these things. Is there a second Ant? A lot of mysteries are going to be unraveled today, all right? It's going to be a fun one. Hope you're ready. Hope you're strapped in. Hope you've got your tart cherry juice. Everything you need, all right? Bring it, because you need it, honestly, all right? So, today's schedule is we're going to do this until about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or whenever we finish. And then we got, that being said, 3:30 p.m. And then I'll be on the Detractor Beam show later today. So what a day. Full day of detracting ready for you. Locked in. All right? So that's all the business announcements I got. Let's get right to it. Oh, one more business announcement. Excuse me, if you don't mind. We have now for our Jonathan style questions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And someone did ask the real estate question. However, he said no one knows what you're talking about. So it kind of, in my mind, that doesn't count. We need a little bit more of an answer there. Maybe it means it's impossible now. You know what I mean? I don't know. But there we go. We are now almost halfway through of our questions. Big ups everybody for going through those and helping us make this magic happen. But get out of here, Jonathan. Not today, Jonathan. We got more important stuff today, Jonathan. All right? Love you, brother. But okay. Enough nonsense. Let's start our tale. We're going to go with 2011, A Condo Tour. And this is the first ever mention of an ant-style an ant-style creature on DSP streams. Here we go.
Walker. I still have it right there. This is the...
Figures. I don't want to start...
as well. Origin sword. Bear with...
Great storage of your stuff here. Just pile on top of the air conditioner. Okay, cool. I mean, it really means it's important to you. Definitely wanted to buy it.
The loud noise. We've got an inflatable Dragon Age Origin sword, even though I never played Dragon Age Origins. I got that from someone who worked at GameStop as well. Okay. And there is that Red Faction gorilla.
This is a conversation piece in the condo. Okay, this really gets the conversation going. He is he would be 29 in this video.
Walker. I still have it right there.
Hell yeah.
This is the lamp that I use for most of my filming. Any lighting that you see in most of my videos is this lamp with 5 100-watt bulbs. Here on the lamp we have a Hawaiian lei from a party that my aunts had last summer. And on here we have various things from different...
so that's it. But we did have...
Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that.
Big ups down 4 punch. Says 95-year-old gout ant with the Savannah thumb. Sound good? Uh-huh. So I asked about this lei before, and I didn't know where it's from, but now we know the lore of the lei. It's from an ant party.
Had last summer. And
so big ups. They're partiers. All right, that's it. That's literally it. All right, next. We are going forward to Twitter questions here, and this is from 2011. Same year.
Part are protected, meaning you're not going to get automatically flagged by YouTube's bullshit content to trouble for false copyright strikes. Umbrella, I have the benefit of. Next question. Okay.
Right, next question.
Phil, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? And that's from Scott McQueen. You might be surprised with my answer on this one because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the turkey," or "Man, I really love the potatoes," or whatever that my parents make, or for me.
Amanda, that's a good question. I've really thought about doing an episode on Phil's cousin, but there's so little. That would take more op-style research, that WPIG doesn't really take part in. We take part in the real going through what Phil has said style content. But, yeah, that would take more op-style to figure out more about Phil's cousin. But, yeah, there is information out there on the agricultural websites.
It's the stuffing. I love the stuffing. My mom makes homemade stuffing. She actually, and some people might think this is really gross, she uses all the guts of the turkey. Like when you buy a turkey, you get the guts inside. She uses the guts to make the stuffing, and it's fucking delicious. I love it. I'm probably going to have a double to triple helping of it today. Today's Thanksgiving for me. When I head over to my parents' house, that's the thing I like to attack the most. So yeah, I eat some turkey, everything else.
Oh, I like to attack the most.
Delicious. I love it. I'm probably going to have a double to triple helping of it today. Today's Thanksgiving for me. When I head over to my parents' house, that's the thing I like to attack the most.
Big ups, twins. Extremely meaningful. Thank you, my friend, twins. Shout outs everywhere they got those. I'm not going to read them off, but big ups, twins. Very meaningful.
So yeah, I eat some turkey, everything else, but that stuffing, I love the stuffing. I don't know, I'm just a sucker for it. Put some gravy on top. Oh, delicious.
Oh, come on.
Next question. Would you consider playing with the fans on Christmas? That is from Truth of Gaming. And
I think that was it. Did he say ant there? I didn't hear it, but it's not worth listening to.
I like to attack them.
There's nothing real there. His ants came over for there. I didn't hear the ants.
Oh, so yeah, I eat some turkey, everything else, but that stuffing, I love the stuffing. I don't know, I'm just a sucker for it. Put some gravy on top.
Oh, all right. Anyways, not really meaningful, but anyways.
There,
okay.
Not even funny.
I want to apologize for any
now
of you
we fast forward 3 years.
You who might have been like, gee, Phil, on the KingOfHate.com's homepage, you said that you might have been starting the weekend preview early.
No, I guess.
What happened? Well, I went to Easter dinner with my parents. My aunt was also there. My aunt, who now lives in Connecticut, she moved here and is currently staying with a friend until she's been here for a year. Then she can take up, or she's eligible for that. I think it's called. What is it called? One of those, old home places. For older people, because she is up there in years. And they were all there, and
so she has to live there for. I didn't know about this, but apparently you have to live there for a year, and then you're eligible for one of those old homes.
What is it called? One of those old home places.
for older people because she is up there in years.
I like how he kind of had to think about it. Then he thought he got it, but he said, "Yeah, what are those other old homes? yeah, old homes. That's it. Oh,
Places,
God.
you know, for older people because she is up there in years.
Years. Hell yeah.
And they were all there, and we were eating dinner. We had a nice time, and then they wanted to watch some of my videos of my Seattle trip, including.
Oh God, I was gonna say, what are we watching? Heavy Rain? You'll love this part, Aunt. What? I can't see the TV. Just wait. Here comes the racial joke. You're gonna love this one. Notice his skin color? Well, I'm gonna guess his favorite coffee is also that color. Wait. Here it comes. Listen. Quiet. Listen. Oh, I like my coffee black. See, it's hilarious.
Through of the house that I am in the process of buying. So we watched all that together. And after we did that, my parents surprised me and basically said, well, since this is one of the last times you're going to be here, and it's in particular for Easter, you probably will never be here again for Easter. We'd like to have, a celebration kind of. So they pulled out not one, but 2 cakes for me. And I said it was a combination
double
of Easter
cakes
and birthday because...
Double cakes. Nice, dude.
You're a fat childish
I wasn't
glutton.
here for my birthday.
Ew.
So one of them was a Italian cake. Now, for those of you who never
Italian
had Italian
style
cake, what it is layers of soft, spongy cake mixed in with pudding, including vanilla and chocolate pudding.
Oh.
Also cherries. So cherries and
that's
like
good
cherry
for the gout.
kind of like jam or something in there. Then it's frosted with white icing, and then there's either chocolate shots or nuts painted around.
Chocolate shots or what's a chocolate shot? Chocolate shots or
white icing, and then there's either chocolate shots or nuts painted around the end of the cake. It is a round cake.
It is a round cake.
That, and then my mom pulls out.
What's a chocolate shot? Does anyone know?
Out a flipping giant egg.
Whoa!
A giant chocolate egg cake that has 2 layers of freaking mousse inside. I told my mom I can't eat all this. I'm not even used to eating sweets. I'm going to be going to the bathroom for the next year.
Oh my God.
So I had a small piece.
Oh, well, it's okay, Philip.
Yeah.
We know how you love to shit.
It was already super late. I was like, oh shit. I thought I was
we
going to
know
be
how
for like
you
an
love
hour, an hour and a
scat,
half. I'm
so
here for
we
like 4 hours.
got you food that's going to
so
make
there's no way
you
I'm doing
poop
my
all the
stuff early
time.
tonight.
Nort.
Damn, they gave him 2 cakes and he still wants to dip out.
So it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. So, I'm back. I'm bloated. I ate too much food. Way too much.
You can see.
But my parents saw my new place. They liked
double cakes is pretty intense, dude.
Like it.
For his
they
age.
actually pointed out because I was saying one of the first things I want to upgrade in the place is that the stove, because the stove looks out of place. It doesn't match the other appliances and it looks old. My mom says, "Well, I watched the video. It didn't look old to me. Let's watch it together." So
we're analyzing the new home in Washington. Big up Swaggy Davis Jr. Extremely meaningful. This time it wasn't Devin's fault. Big ups to everybody. Yeah, the one time it wasn't his fault. So wait, so we're talking about with the mom about upgrades in Seattle already.
We're watching it and I realize the stove is not old. The stove is an electric stove, which I want. It's just that it's white instead of silver, which matches the other appliances. So I may just hold on
a second. Let's unpack this.
I don't know why people would
because
come
it
and
was
enjoy
a
the stream and
different
not like it.
color.
It's
They
just
wanted to
really
upgrade that
weird.
stove. That's the only reason. Did not look into it any further. This is a different color. We're gonna need to upgrade this one, Nana. Yeah, definitely.
That stove for a while, as long as it works, which it's supposed to, and focus on spending money on furnishing the house and other things that are more important before we start upgrading stuff in it. So, oof. All right. So thank goodness my mom pointed that out to me. You know what it was? It's when you're going through a quick walkthrough that you don't have enough time to really focus on everything. And now that I have thank God I was able to film the walkthrough because I started looking at stuff and I was like, okay, that stove's not so bad.
Oh my
and actually watching the
bro.
walkthrough video again kind of showed me some other things about the house.
How did you ever think you were a good streamer?
The fact that it has a giant pantry. That's really neat.
How are you learning all this stuff for the first time? What? He is learning everything. I want to do a deep dive on the house buying a different day, so I don't want to stay here too long. But he's finding all this stuff. Well, I found out there's a pantry in the video, Eddie. That's really cool. What? How do you not know that? Big ups, Luigi's Nair. And the Copeside Phil, big ups, very meaningful. Says, never heard anyone say chocolate shots. Must be a Phil term that doesn't actually exist. This is the United States of Phil.
The fact that it has
Big
a
ups,
giant
Steve.
pantry. That's really neat. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. By the way, the inspection on the house is tomorrow. Tomorrow the inspection is taking place.
Okay.
And I'm going to be notified by the inspector. Supposedly via email, he's going to send me the inspection report tomorrow afternoon at some point when the inspection is done. And we're going to have our results. Fingers crossed, everyone.
Well, I'll tell you that. They didn't find any water damage, did they?
The inspector doesn't find anything wrong with this place. And it ends up being, tip-top shape. Water, electricity, all working order. If there is any gas, which I'm not sure. Hoping that there's no leaking. I actually went for the mid-level inspection, which is a little bit more expensive. What they do is they take an infrared light and they scan all around certain areas of the house where there might,
upsold again.
Potential for leaking water, water damage, water in the walls.
Oh, so that didn't work.
Temperature fluctuations, things like that. It's really neat. The stuff that they do these days for inspections.
So that was completely untrue. When he walked in there, he's found the water damage. So really cool. Really good job of getting upsold on that one without getting the results.
And so all that goes down tomorrow.
All right.
So fingers crossed, everyone. Everyone hope,
all right.
send me your well wishes.
Let's move on. But
break to get dinner. Instead of going out and getting food myself, they're cooking out. And they will have already eaten getting before I move. No, we'll have 3 more dinners, I think, going out before I move.
And we're counting down the dinners until we move.
Also, tomorrow, I'll be going over there during my break. When I usually go on break to get dinner, instead of going out and getting food myself, they're cooking out. And they.
Oh, big ups, Logan K. Dropping the knowledge. Logan Ip in the house says chocolate shots are round. Chocolate sprinkles used for baking and as an ice cream topping. They are real. Big ups. Chocolate shots are real. That's not slander. Big ups, Logan.
They will have already eaten earlier, but they said to swing on by and they'll warm up some.
Copeside Phil in the house says Phil always gets the most expensive version of anything. He's the type of brain dead consumer these corporations love. He loves upselling everything for himself, nothing for anyone else.
Food on the grill for me, and I guess my aunt and my great aunt are going to be there as well.
So aunt and great aunt.
Food on the grill for me, and I guess my aunt and my great aunt are going to be there as well. So it's kind of like a final mini family gathering before I move.
Bitch.
But it's only going to be a little bit to be quick because I'm going to come back to work as you'll hear in the weekend preview tonight.
All right. So we have an aunt and great aunt, and I guess the great aunt is the one that's going to the as he says, old home?
What the schedule is going to be for tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm exploding. So yeah, please be forgiving of me.
Holy shit, dude.
Please be forgiving of me as I might be exploding during this stream.
Why?
I am incredibly stuffed with food from an Italian restaurant, a local Italian restaurant called Massimo's.
Oh, Massimo's! New lore! Shout out to Massimo's! Nice.
To from time to time. Delicious vegetarian pizza. We had veggie-filled pizza.
Oh,
I had a
nice.
salad.
Oh.
Some garlic knots. Some Italian bread.
Garlic knots. First we had the chocolate shots, and then we had the garlic knots.
Pizza. I had a salad. Some garlic knots. Some Italian bread dipped in oil and vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the New York strip steak special.
Holy shit.
With a couple stuffed shrimp and side of roasted vegetables.
Fuck. Holy fuck!
Now I feel like I probably gained about 14 pounds.
Yeah,
that was a fucking spread. We got what? Let me go through that lineup again. Holy shit!
A pizza, a steak.
I think you got a gout this night. We had to. Because
pizza wasn't enough. You had to get a steak.
Says Mom and Silvano Aunt ruined this regard mentally. I mean, they gave him a lot of stuff. Double cake time. Yeah, double cake and freaking the whole ocean on the table. All right, let's go through this breakdown of what they gave him on this this feast. Holy shit. Aunt and great aunt wore their Vons to the cookout. We love the Vons. All right, let's hear how many crystals were formed again on this great see you later meal.
Dipped in oil from time to Italian restaurant, a local Italian restaurant.
Massimo, Logan, Massimo, what's better, Vinny's or Massimo's? Because Logan is from there, around there, or he's at least been around there. Logan, please tell us, Massimo's or Vinny's? Make the call. But let's hear this. Here we go.
Called Massimo's that we go to from time to time. Delicious vegetarian pizza. We had veggie-filled pizza. I had a salad, some garlic
veggie
knots,
pizza,
Italian
salad,
bread dipped
garlic
in oil
knots,
and vinegar.
Italian
and I got
bread,
the New York strip steak special.
a steak
with a couple stuffed shrimp inside
stuffed
of
shrimp,
roasted vegetables.
Nice.
Roasted
now I feel
vegetables.
like I probably gained about 14 pounds after that dinner.
And debilitating lifelong illness.
There you go.
There you go. Cool.
Stuffed
Nice.
shrimp,
Very cool. Awesome.
Sirloin steak, vegetarian pizza. Hell yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. Pretty cool, huh?
Big ups.
Can you make
Abe.
fun of any stream chatter, Derek or otherwise? You're a fucking
You're a
loser.
fucking loser, dude. Seriously. Big ups, Abe Robertson. Very meaningful. Thank you so much, my friend. Oh.
There you go. Nice little snort.
There was some stuffed shrimp in this one. Listen up. You're going to hear the shrimp screaming for life.
So, this is going to be a wild week, everybody.
That was the garlic.
This is going to be a wild,
yeah, one for the history
eventful week.
books.
Lots of stuff going on this week, right?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm opening my seltzer. In regards to game releases, I mean, Walking Dogs. Walking Dogs, The Watchful Dead.
All right.
Dude, you're not funny.
We're done with this, I think. The
Thank
funny
you.
part is
The
done.
Wolf Among Carts.
Oh, we're saying jokes now.
And yes.
Any more jokes?
And Hate Among Us. That's what's coming up this week.
Is that the joke or?
There you go.
So funny.
So anyway, no. Watch
Consummate
Dogs.
entertainer.
We actually have a
All right, I think
game
the
that's
joke
coming
is
out.
past. There we go. Okay, here we go.
People who attended the final CT Throwdown yesterday, and today when I literally threw out a shit ton of stuff, I gave away my DVD collection. Not my Blu-rays, just my DVDs.
Blu-rays.
So he dropped those thousands of DVDs on who?
Which a lot of people are already asking why I would have done that, and
I don't know.
It's pretty simple. It's because the less stuff to move, the better. And I had if I had taken all my DVDs, I would have had 2 insanely large boxes of regular DVDs to take across the country. Many of which, since, the dawn of Blu-ray, I've actually purchased those same DVDs on Blu-ray.
Oh my God, double purchase. Double purchase.
It would be quite foolish of me to be traveling across the country with 2 different versions of the same movie when I already have the superior version. In a lot of cases that wasn't true, and what I did is I went and cherry-picked through my DVD collection of the things that I really want to take across the country.
So he took all the good ones.
With me.
Uh-huh.
And, is it sad to see some of these Blu-rays go? Yeah, not Blu-rays, I'm sorry. Regular DVDs go, yes, but the good news is I gave a ton of them to my parents.
Okay.
They'll be able to watch them and enjoy them.
Oh,
I'm sure they didn't.
Your parents are going to love watching those great classic hits he had.
And, the rest of them, apparently, I think either my parents or my aunt knows someone. They're going to try to sell them to someone for like $1 a pop, which they'll probably...
Pop them off to your parents. Make sure they do it. Yep, that's it, Aaron. Give it to your parents. They'll take care of it. Mom, could you sell these, please? Send me the money, though.
Probably get $100 or more with the amount of DVDs.
100 DVDs?
That I have here.
100.
Pretty out of control.
100
At one point I went on DVD purchasing binge, I guess. Whenever they were cheap, I would buy them. Regardless of the fact that the movie was even any good or I'd ever seen it. But,
that's how you went broke.
Tell me you have a spending problem. Right there. I bought them whether I even thought they were good. I just bought them. I had to have them.
The fact that the movie was even DVD purchasing binge, I guess. Whenever they were cheap, I would buy them. Regardless of the fact that the movie was even any good or I'd ever seen it. But, it's another thing. It's another thing that is lost. Going to be lost. Not lost, but, a change in this move. Is the fact that
he sacrificed so much.
I can't take everything. If I took everything, not only would it take far too long to move the stuff across the country, but it would also take up more space in the moving van that we could use for other things. Okay. It
not
would
gonna
also take
slow the
longer
van
to
down.
unload the stuff, and then eventually for me to figure out what the fuck do I do with all these DVDs
I don't know.
that I almost never watch.
Store them?
So, that's just one of the many things. And I already see people in the stream chat asking me, can I show you? Well, this is the announcement that you're going to hear in the weekend preview, is that I'm not doing any gameplay tonight. I am so tired because we moved stuff. We were...
We're done with the ant, but now I'm like in this like moving zone. That's kind of interesting, but I got to keep moving on here because we are talking about the ant today. Big ups, scopes, I feel. Must consume product, whether it's good or bad. Yep, you have to buy it. Doesn't matter the quality or if I've even seen it. And Luigi's there. Big ups, man. It says, I told you to sell the DVD. Why don't you listen to me? All right, we are still, same day, actually. Here.
And today, when I literally threw out a shit ton of stuff, I gave away my DVD.
That's the same thing. Fuck me. All right, here we go. Now we're moved.
August. You guys, you know what I mean?
2 weeks after the video we just watched. Oh, looks like we're going to have a robust harvest right now on this finger.
We're going to get there. Once we get to the end of August, we're golden for the rest of the year. We're going to be just swimming in new content, fun games, great stuff. But we have to actually get there, and we've got a month to get through. And I really would appreciate it if you check out my content, regardless of the fact that it's not brand new games, because I need you. I do. I need your support. Now that I'm out here in Washington, I've got all these bills to pay. I actually just got an update from my mom regarding my old place in Connecticut, saying it's almost done being renovated, probably another week or two, and it'll be done. And then my aunt's going to move in.
All right.
And she's going to live there for a while, so I'm going to have all these extra bills coming in that I'm going to need to be paying, and I can't have a month.
You guys are going to have to
there's
step
no new
up.
game, so I'll just see Phil in a month, you know? That would suck. I hope that I am at
All
least...
right, so that's the first mention
So
of
much
his
begging.
aunt. Oh, uh-oh. He's waking up. Hang on. Holy shit, he's waking up. Not this early, dude. No. Oh.
Like the Reaper.
Okay, so yeah, this is the first mention of his aunt is gonna move in there. All right, so his aunt is gonna move in, and that's that. That's the first mention of that. Aunt is going to move in, dude. Sound good? 2 years later.
The things that I primarily miss about Connecticut. Number one.
What do we miss about Connecticut? Classic.
Times, as I myself am living abroad for school, away from my family, and I find it hard sometimes, as I miss them and I get homesick. How do you cope? Thanks, Ray. Excuse me.
How do you
Faraway
cope?
Man, the scary monster wake it up is a meme started by, I believe, Poems Mystery on Twitter. And he said the corner demon because on random times you will see
damn it.
Phil has
Fuck.
these wide as shit eyes and it's always looking in a corner direction or really off screen, but it's become this corner demon. And it's a very quality meme.
Well.
Anyways.
Real talk here.
Yeah, real talk, please.
What do I really miss about Connecticut?
Oh, yeah, definitely. What?
There's a ton of things that I can tell you I don't miss because I wanted to get the fuck out of there for many different reasons.
Okay, great. Didn't miss
the things
anything.
that I primarily miss about Connecticut. Number one, the food. The food's fucking great there.
Of course. Number one, food. Number 5, parrots.
The Italian food out the ass, and I get none of it. Since I moved to the West Coast, I have not had some member bombs.
Big ups, random poster. That is extremely meaningful, sir. Thank you so much. That's not random.
One legit Italian meal.
That is the opposite of random. It's very meaningful.
Yeah, and it's very disappointing. Okay, pizza and all that.
People can make any kind of food anywhere.
Son of a
but okay.
Oh, actually, I'm having Italian pasta. We're having my sauce and pasta tonight for dinner, so that's okay. I'll get my
R.I.P.
cream will
the
be
sauce.
satiated, so that's a good timing for this.
What?
But I digress.
Anyway.
The other thing I miss about it, yes, the proximity to being to my parents, my family, etc.
I guess
It's funny. You're absolutely right because it's funny when you live with your parents or your other family members. Everyone takes each other for granted. Everyone ends up driving each other nuts, and you don't really give a shit. And then when you move out, all of a sudden,
you don't really give a shit. That's what he just said about his parents.
Family members. Everyone takes each other for granted. Everyone ends up driving each other nuts, and you don't really give a shit.
You don't really
and then
give a shit.
when you move out, all of a sudden, you realize, man, that family member who supports me, and we share time together, and we do things together.
Double cakes.
And, now I miss that, and it is with my parents. When I live with my parents, very much so, we both took each other for granted, right? Got into arguments constantly and all that shit.
Look at how can you say that? We both took each other for granted.
What?
How do you know she took you for granted? By the way.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
You could say you took her for granted. What exactly are you doing for them? Could you please explain that?
When I moved out, and I was living at the condo in Connecticut for
Which was like 15 minutes away from their house. Yes, keep going.
All of a sudden, there was more appreciation. Oh, well, Phil's not here anymore. Same thing. You know, my parents aren't here anymore on my end.
Finally, we don't
There
have to
was more
deal with
appreciation
him.
from them. What?
Sudden, there was more appreciation. Oh, well, Phil's not here anymore. Same thing. You know, my parents
don't
aren't
have
here
to
anymore.
live with this asshole
on my
anymore.
end.
It's great.
And
Awesome.
we wanted to see each other, so we started going to dinner once a week. We would have, we see each other for holidays.
How can you say that?
Right? Now I don't have that anymore. And yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I miss them, and it's actually cool because they're.
Wow, he's gonna be honest. He misses his parents.
That they're gonna
That
visit me or visit us.
That was rough. I
here.
can't believe you admitted that.
Excuse me. Yet again, they're gonna come here in June. So they were here for Christmas 2014, and now they're gonna come here around June
Our aunt's
for like
coming,
a
I
summer
promise.
visit, which would be nice. But I talk to them once a week. I call them. And we have a conversation. Sometimes it's a short one because nothing's going on. Sometimes I just had an hour-long conversation with my dad this past week.
About what?
About everything. About life, YouTube, everything going on with me.
You got the pre-stream? All right, Dad, well, let me tell you about Monday. On Monday, I'm actually playing a Fall Gout. And then on Tuesday, we're playing Sonic Adventure. And then on Wednesday, we're actually going to be playing Throwback, the Chill Stream, Morrowind. On Thursday, not really sure yet. I did a poll, so we're going to figure out what we're going to do there. I'm not sure. If you want to vote on that poll, Dad, the link is down below. On Friday, we're going to probably go back to Like a Dragon-ish, but I'm not sure. That's still up in the air. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going.
Cool, son. Can I send you a picture of fish? What does that have to do with anything?
I stay in contact with my parents. We keep each
Oh,
other
never
informed
mind then,
on
son.
everything. And in a lot of ways, I kind of have to as well because I still own the condo back in Connecticut. I can't get rid of it because it still doesn't have enough equity in it that I could sell it and not lose money. And plus, my aunt lives in the condo now too. I still have ties to them. Do I miss going to dinner with them? Yes. Do I miss seeing them more frequently? Absolutely.
Dude, everything is food. I miss going out to eat with them when they obviously pay. You know they're fucking paying. Everything is related to food. What do you miss? First thing out the mouth is food. What do you miss? I also miss my parents. Going out to eat with them.
I didn't see them. This past year, 2015, was a tough year because that was the first full year I didn't see my parents at all. The entire year, I did not see my parents once. Wasn't with them for any holiday, even though I'm typically with them for every holiday. So yeah, it was a big change, but...
we haven't revealed it yet on this stream, but as spoiler, yes, she was.
It's change in life, you know what I mean? And as long as you keep yourself occupied with other stuff, and really that's kind of the thing in life. Whenever stuff's bothering you, gotta keep yourself occupied with all the positive stuff, Leanna and I had a fun year last year together where we went to different things.
What a great public speaker where he stutters and says, every second.
Yeah, you're going to be homesick.
Oh, we did, we went out a few times. There was holidays, different things.
Absolutely. I get it from time to time. I feel, damn, I wish I was at my parents for Christmas to spend the time with them and to eat the food and again, all that kind of traditional stuff.
My
God.
God.
But it's part of life to grow up and things change, right? And
you gotta marry another mom.
Like I said, everyone's
who makes the
traditions and
food.
things change over time as well. So just taking a look at how long I'm going. Okay, almost 17 minutes. We definitely got a lot more time we can go in this.
Okay, definitely. I kind of want to hear this question. Give me 1 minute on this question.
All right, this one is from...
Not related to Ant, but just a little tiny field trip.
Sasassin. Or it's either S-A-Sassin or Sasassin. I don't know how to pronounce that. 77.
Okay.
Here's the question.
Okay.
Phil, over the years, I know you've been through a lot of adversity. Being DDoS'd, swatted, false copyright strikes.
Was never swatted.
Knowing that there's been negativity about you on the internet, etc. Seems like you really have some thick skin and that you overcome
Never
it.
actually swatted.
Forward. I want to know how you overcome this negativity on a daily basis. Listen.
Oh, you're so cool.
Here we go.
I already talked about this in part 1, so I'm certainly not going to reiterate the fact that because I feel that I have meaning and I make a difference in people's lives,
have meaning.
That's why I keep doing it. But I'll be honest, daily. Just daily.
Yeah, daily.
Emails, nasty tweets, videos being made about me, constantly negative.
Calling you out on your bullshit. How dare they?
I really truly do believe that there's people out there that kind of feel completely the polar opposite, right? But the bottom line is the human beings, the human condition, like in your head, you're conditioned to always do the negative, not the positive.
Are we?
So
No.
for every 1,000 people who hate me, there's probably 1,000 people who really like me, but it's going to be those 1,000 people who hate me that make the videos and send the nasty tweets and do the shit, right? And that's the thing.
No, the reality is that the majority of people who like you are going to tell you that they like you, but for every person who says that they don't like you, there's 1,000 people at least who just don't bother saying anything. That's the reality.
So it's hard when all I basically see.
Yeah, that happens to everyone. I don't know if you knew that. There's 1,000 people that like him, 1,000 people that hate him, but he's the only kind of person in that 1,000 people make videos.
Almost a purely negative face.
I didn't
almost
see it,
every
Jay
day
Louise. Let me check.
To keep going, I'll be honest.
Check.
But
maybe it's not working.
I mean, the bottom line is,
oh god,
bottom line is,
you know, it would have been one thing if originally when I started getting this kind of negative wave back in with Jesus, what was
a lot
the
of
first
evil
year?
people are still
2012,
here.
I would say late 2011, early 2012 is when it all started. This almost backlash against me. That how dare Phil be popular on YouTube when all he does is
that's what they were all
gameplay
saying.
You know, there's other YouTubers
How
who
dare
do
he
video
be
editing and all
popular?
that. They should be the ones that are popular, not him. And ever since then, that's kind of
that's the central thesis in all their
thing
videos.
that I face it. I'm not the guy.
Sure,
I'm not the one who does it right.
So it's not that this is how you don't play for sure. Then what you just said.
I don't do it well enough. I don't deserve the popularity or the success that I've had. Yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada.
And I've had it constantly.
Bada
Boom,
bam,
boom,
bada
boom.
bam.
But I'm still here. In fact, if you actually think about it, at this point now, and this is kind of
Ralph's
weird.
favorite quote.
It's definitely weird.
You guys are gonna have to kill me.
2008, I only made videos for a few months. 2009, very positive. Everyone loved me on YouTube. 2010, very positive. Everyone loved me on YouTube. 2011, when I started making a living.
A lot of people who didn't like you.
Phil's making money doing this? Well, that's it. You know, that now we got to start writing him off, because that's not fair that he makes money playing video games, right? That's when the negativity started. So I'd say maybe even you want to say full year 2011 was positive. All right. 2012, 13, 14, 15, negative. All negativity tossed towards me, right? I've had
negativity tossed towards me. Nothing that he did, of course.
more years where the majority of YouTubers think that I'm an asshole than have actually liked what I do.
Get the hint.
But I'm still fucking here. So just think about that. I'm still here. Like,
Okay, Ethan Ralph.
How could I not
No,
say that
don't
I've
quit running away.
pushed forward and just persevered against all this shit? Like, think about that.
There we go, Jay Louise. Came in a little late. Can I get a thanks for the money dummy shout out? Absolutely. Thanks for the money dummy, because that's exactly what you are. These dumb little kids. Good pause here.
I had a couple years where I was virally popular in a positive way. And since then, negative. I'm still fucking here.
I'm done with this. I don't want to hear him just sucking his own penne.
Just masturbating on stream verbally.
Next question is from Wallbridge.
I'm still here.
I'm not sure how to say this, but
like,
how has your father's new job been doing?
more people
Also,
can use
you
the
keep in touch
internet,
with your
Phil. I
parents
don't
as
know if you
regularly
realize
anymore.
this.
So if you don't know what he's talking about, a year ago, my dad had been unemployed for a year. He had gotten laid off from the same company that I got laid off from in 2010. About a year later, he was laid off for a year, but then he finally got a new job late last year. He stayed with that company for about a year, and now he actually has an even newer job.
Whoa.
This job, if you can believe it, is down the street from where he lives at a major company, manufacturing company. He's now a director level, so he got a promotion from where he used to work before he ever got laid off. He's making more money. He's working better hours. The transportation's easy because he works right down the street. He's doing better. He's doing much better than ever before, honestly.
The funny thing is like he'll never realize that that's not really a flex. Oh, I'm still here. It's like, okay, cool. We get to see you bald on stream. We get to see you have strokes on stream. We get to see you deteriorate mentally on stream. Like, awesome, cool. You'll never retire, or you'll never be able to walk away and do anything else with your life. Like, how is that a flex? It's like, oh no. He's stuck on stream doing things that he hates for the rest of his life. Oh, how dare he? I better stop that.
Yeah.
And it's
such a nut
kind
burger.
of funny how stuff worked out. How he got laid off. It's
kind of funny.
Looked like he couldn't get a
So
job
you
for a
die
whole
on
year. Kind of had a
stream.
starter job for a year, and now he's on the
Oh,
up and
no.
up. So it's funny how life works, right?
Funny.
So
Haha.
I feel very glad for that, and thanks for asking that question. I think I already mentioned
It's like
every
all you
week,
can
once
do.
a week, I talk to my parents.
Like literally nothing you can do other than just turn on the camera and exist. So you've got nothing else. So like, what else are you going to be proud of? You're just gonna list the only thing you can possibly do, which is just be here. I'm still here. It's like, okay, good for you. You gonna do anything else? No. All right, well, I guess you're proud of it, at least.
Parents for roughly a half hour to an hour. I call them and I get them up to speed on all my stuff, and they get me up to speed on their stuff.
Like, what exactly could he share? He has to be sharing about gameplay. What else could he be talking about? There's nothing that happens. You know, most people get to be able to talk about, well, work, we're doing this, and
cool.
Yeah, Bobby at work is an asshole. But, you know, what else can he say? Is he going to talk about, like, well, Derek's being tough this week, and Jade's saying stuff I can't understand. The trolls are being more annoying than... What is he going to say? Oh, yeah, because I got friends in no places. I'm a YouTube streamer.
Still has not moved into my place in Connecticut, if you can believe it. She's had all her stuff, her bed, her furniture, all her personal belongings are there, but she's been waiting because she had a bunch of doctor's visits and tests and things she's been doing.
Oh, wait.
Furniture all moved into my...
Hold on.
Up to speed on all my stuff, and they get me up to speed on their stuff. My aunt still has not moved into my place in Connecticut, if you can believe it.
Okay,
She's had all her stuff, her bed, her furniture, all her personal belongings are there, but she's been waiting because she had a bunch of doctor's visits and...
Dude, this was legit. So he said twice she was lived there, but she's not there yet, apparently. This is it. I confirmed. This is chronologically correct.
Her stuff, her bed, her furniture, all her personal belongings are there, but she's been waiting because she had a bunch of doctor's visits and tests and things she's been doing. Supposedly this week she was going to move in. I have to find out this weekend if she did. All right. Last but certainly not least.
Oh, because he's waiting for those checks. I need those rent checks, Auntie.
From Titans301, he says, Phil, why is the internet gaming community so toxic and cynical?
Why is everyone so mean?
Thanks, deadhead.
Sure, that's what they're saying.
Thanks for that. Let me talk for 10 minutes about this topic.
You know, I'm probably the best person to ask.
Oh, you definitely.
This. It's the same thing.
Same exact fucking question.
Is everybody so mean?
With not just internet gaming, but gaming as a whole, but not only that, the internet as a whole. Since the internet has happened, since the internet is now popular, since the internet is now out there.
Since the internet happened.
Anonymity has brought out the worst in people, and I mean that to a T.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, T, please. Don't.
And the worst of all, Tevin. That anonymous guy, Tevin, whose real name is Tevin, and whose last name he puts in his Twitter handle. How anonymous.
Bring that to T. Don't say that about to T, okay? He doesn't need any more from you.
Has brought out the worst in people, and I mean that to a T.
Fucking onion. Okay, Nikki Haley.
On the internet has allowed people to spew the filth that they have held inside of them forever.
Well, guess what, Phil? We're still here. Hey, Phil, we're still here, and there's a lot of us, way more than there are you, so we're going to be around long after you're dead. How do you feel about that? Is that some big own that we're still here? It's some big own when you tell it to other people, but does that affect you at all?
If you wanted to
I wonder.
Insult someone, you had to walk up to their fucking face and say it, and be a man about it, because if you said it...
You could publish it in a newspaper. You could write an editorial. You can rent a billboard. Even before the internet, there were ways to insult people while not saying it to their face, but okay, Phil.
You might get knocked the fuck out. In today's world...
Like, DSP would fight anybody. Also, it doesn't really change public perception of you if you physically assault them. They're not going to change their mind about you because of it.
Especially if you're someone like me who has a public face... Thousands upon thousands of anonymous little shits can insult me, and what the hell can I do about it? I'm not there to slap their fucking little bitch faces.
Oh, yeah.
DSP, you realize they can fight back, right? It's not like they're just going to stand there and take it. They're going to do something about it. Like, this guy has no stage 2 thinking. Like, the idea of what happens next just doesn't enter his mind because his brain doesn't think that far ahead because he's so damn stupid.
You're like...
Also, Phil, I would happily say everything like this to your face and you would do nothing about it. You would be a bitch and you would cower like you were to Keemstar, saying, everyone knows you're a good businessman. Man, I respect you. Wow.
You would definitely do that.
That's what you would do.
What did you do when someone had a chance
by what
to
you've
slap
done.
your little bitch face? You cried. You called yourself, sorry, I'm an alcoholic.
And so I have to take the barbs.
Watch out, Nintendo. Look at this. Uh-oh, we got a Nintendo cowboy here. Whoa.
Nastiness of everyone on the internet. And so it is toxic. It really is, because it allows people to vent their negativity with absolutely no balls and no recourse whatsoever. Ooh. They can just destroy. There's people on Facebook, you know, remember this internet bullying that's happening now? Kids in high school who are getting destroyed by internet bullies who are hiding behind their computers. It's disgusting. It's not just gaming, it's the internet as a whole. And the thing is, this is different. That where did we ever face stuff like this before? Oh no, someone makes a prank phone call to my house. Big deal. It's Joe Nobody. Hang up. But when you get 10,000 people attacking you on a daily basis about
it sounds like he had prank calls before too.
Nasty shit. You know what I mean? Why is it that when a new game comes out, you immediately get two fanboy wars going at it, smashing each other's heads together like this? The game's not even out yet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The internet, man.
Oh yeah.
The internet is pretty wild in this.
The Wild West.
This.
That's why you got to
respect. And the fact that the anonymity has led to the negativity is a problem. And there's no accountability. If someone goes online and makes a death threat, you know, what can you do? Nothing.
Cares?
You can report it to your local people, and they're like, well, we can't do anything about it. Did anyone physically actually threaten you in real life? Well, no. Well, nothing we can do. And it's like, that's what the internet's become. So everyone's become negative, cynical, nasty, toxic, and just blatantly attacking each other because they can, because they're now hiding in cyberspace.
And that's hiding in cyberspace. Come in the base, guys. I got cyberspace bunker here. Come on.
Yeah, that is really sad. Because it really is changing culture. It's changing the culture of the world in some ways, you know?
Oh,
you got fucking shows
like
TMZ that have become the hugest thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Logan, for saying what had to be said. Phil was the troll hiding behind his computer in 2006.
Yeah, he was the keyboard warrior.
He was the one that talked insane shit on the SRK forums. We showed it so many times. And then he would say, oh, no, it's just trash talk, normal trash talk. But when someone tried to make it real, he would be a bitch. Two examples. Obviously the Jaha and obviously Viscount. Let's just say we're going to do GX crotch chops. Really tough guy.
Why? Because you're negative and nasty and attacking? Unbelievable. I just don't understand these people, you know? But
you do, because you are those people.
That's absolutely 100% on a correct statement. The internet is toxic. The internet is incredibly cynical and negative. And you got.
How about you said LTG's your bitch if he doesn't play you in the game?
Understand that when you go on the internet, that everything that you see on there, you may see this new bandwagon thing, this new fad, and you got to take it like that because. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are doing. That's what a lot of the internet is right now.
This word salad, whatever he's talking about.
It's great stuff. I only wash with her soap. I absolutely love it.
Oh, black currant. Let's get a black currant plug in, guys. If you want to get the black currant soap, here we go.
Where you can buy handmade glycerin soap.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear this.
So please consider pledging.
Okay,
all right.
After the
and
Patreon.
Then last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna owns her own business called the Black Currant, where you can sell.
She owns her own business, the Etsy shop. I mean, come on.
Handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts.
Oh, wax tart melts.
Where you can buy handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. Excuse me. And this is high quality stuff. It's great stuff. I only wash with her soap. I absolutely love it. Wax tarts smell great. Make your house
free
smell
for you.
Ukbuck is requesting.
It's not like you buy it, plumber.
Okay, we can do that.
Much better than the scented candles that you would buy at like Yankee Candle.
You use the product
for
free. You basically
lighter to light them. You just get a little wax tart.
Drive down her profit margin.
And you're very cool. So please check it out. The link is right here on your screen. As we are heading into the holiday season, now is the time to start thinking about gift giving, right? What's a unique gift I could give to a loved one, or my significant other, or, you know, my mother, my aunt, my cousin, my nephew, my niece? Because your nephew stinks, he needs soap, right?
Very good sales pitch.
I'm just throwing it out there. Think about it as a possibility for
just
gift
insult
giving.
your family. They'll want to buy stuff from you that way.
So if you want to do a custom order or anything, you can do that. She's got all these new scents for the fall, including 2 pumpkin scents, apple spice. One really popular one has been Alpine Frost, which is almost sold out. And she just made a new batch of Kentish Rain, which is my personal favorite soap. It smells just like a combination of like Zest and Irish Spring.
What is that? Kentish? What was that? Kentish Spring?
Which is my personal favorite. Frost, which is almost sold out, and she just made It's apple spice. One really popular one has been Alpine Frost, which is almost sold out. And she just made a new batch of Kentish Rain. Which is my personal favorite soap. It smells just...
I thought it was going to be Dentish Rain. I was like, I'll buy Dentish Rain. Oh, if she had a shop, I would buy it. No doubt. I want to support Leanna.
Like a combination of like Zest and Irish Spring. So check it out.
Okay, cool.
All right, everyone. That is it for...
I think that might have been the ant reference.
The pre-stream. It is now time. Dark Souls resumes.
Yes, it was.
Are you excited? I hope
it was
you're
just
excited.
a fucking plug. God damn it. I got trolled. All right, here, let's listen to Jaha real quick. Just that part. This is a request from Ukbuck.
The doctor.
We respect Ukbuck.
He just can't eat the thing. He can't eat.
Like, the thing is, speaking of Tevin, like, not only did he put his real name out on his, out there, he also bought soap from Leanna, so they even had his home address. It's like, how anonymous was he?
The things he likes anymore because he's worried about, his blood sugar.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I love fast food. I love double cheeseburgers. I love the grease. I don't eat it anymore. I had to get used to that.
Yo, Phil, how are you getting used to it go for you?
That was it. Let's listen again.
I love double cheeseburgers. I love the grease. I don't eat it anymore. I had to get used to that.
Yo, Phil.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
up. We got it. We got that. When I first heard that, I could not believe it existed. Like, I was so happy.
I just didn't like
you cannot imagine finding that. It was incredible the first time I heard that. I lost it, dude. I was like, how does this exist? This should be like, this is like the top. I mean, I don't know. It just like, it seemed like it should have been a bigger deal. Like, how did we never hear that before? Like, I was like, how? I know people have heard it before. It was in the agricultural website had it on there. Someone talked about it, but I was like, I never heard it before. Like, how did this just not exist so well? How did no one talk about this more? And then, holy shit, when I heard that the first time, oh my God. Amazing.
For money. Shit. And I never booted the game ever.
All right, we're in 2017. This is, okay. So this is post Leanna now, by the way. Post Leanna. Kat is in the picture, but they're not moved in yet. They've met a few times. That's it.
Ever again, I traded it in actually later on. I traded it in for money somewhere else.
They're listed. Here's the link to that video.
Like it. They
and
weren't
here's
for me.
the link
Sneaking
to the
games
whole
were not
video.
for me. I liked many other styles of games. Sneaking games was not one of them. So, Christmas Day would be mostly about opening presents and having a good meal. Now, sometimes,
of course, food.
What we would do, instead of being at home all day on Christmas Day, yes, I would open my gifts, but then it would be like, okay, you've opened your gifts, we played for a couple hours, we're going out to see the relatives. So sometimes we would go see my mom's Aunt Aggie. Aggie? This is what she called her. I don't even know what her full name is. Agnes, maybe, but she always called her Aunt Aggie.
Aunt
and
Aggie.
that was one house that we would go to in Connecticut. And then sometimes we would go visit my godparents, who we would just seen the night before at my
Aunt Aggie.
My great aunt and great uncle's house. Now we would go to their house for Christmas Day. And so there'd be another slew of gifts because it would be giving, more gift exchange between us and them.
Endless presents for this dude. You wonder why he's spoiled right now? Endless.
That day. So it was like gifts on Christmas Eve, gifts on Christmas Day, gifts Christmas night. It was amazing. It was really cool. And then I remember there were some relatives that I never really saw, like my Uncle Richie and my Aunt Joyce. And they didn't live nearby, so what happens, they would mail Christmas cards, and I would end up getting like Christmas cards Christmas week with even more like money and stuff that I could spend on stuff myself. So,
and he tries to tell it like he had a it's kind of middle, low class, upbringing.
That was kind of my Christmas experience. Now, over the years, sadly, over the years, things kind of fell apart. For a few things. First of all, I forgot to mention this.
Oh yeah, this is some hype family lore. I remember this one.
When I was younger, my parents always made us go to mass.
Mass.
So it would either be Christmas Eve at some point during the day. We would go to mass. All right.
Let's go to mass.
Or sometimes it would be like Christmas Day mass. At some point in there, we would squeeze in church.
Okay, cool.
Okay. At some point. So I just wanted to mention that because some people are, Roman Catholic, but you didn't go to church on Christmas. No, we always did. I just forgot to mention it. We squeezed it in at some point. We would go to church at some point.
Okay, whatever.
A lot of the times what we would do, we would go to the Christmas Eve Mass and then go right to my great aunt's house right afterward after the Mass ended.
After the Mass ended.
Now.
Yeah.
The reason that
that's Jesus' favorite way of worshiping too. By the way, just squeeze it into your schedule when it's convenient for you. I'm sure if there is a Jesus, that's what he really would appreciate. Just squeeze it in whenever it fits your schedule. Just whenever you have time.
Christmas celebrations fell apart is because my family over the years started to have falling out. I honestly don't even know.
Yeah, this is hype. This
fell apart is because my family over the years started to have falling out. I honestly don't even know what it caused. What caused it. I don't know if it was
maybe it was
teenage
you.
years and
maybe
kids
you should have found out about it.
Having problems.
It could have been you.
And other parents not agreeing with how kids were being raised, or if it was just drama between. I have no clue. I honestly
better
was not
raise
involved in it. I had
that
my
Philip
own thing going on.
Burnell better, or else he's gonna end up the biggest
really
laughing stock on the internet and a giant douchebag asshole.
Around that time, I didn't. I was growing up. I had my own.
Maybe you should have found that
friends,
out.
My own hobbies. I don't want to be involved in family freaking drama and people being all nasty to each other on
No,
Christmas.
nasty.
So
You know,
what ended up
nasty and
happening
gross.
eventually was we stopped going
Snort.
over to my great
How
aunt's.
dare to be
house. And
nasty.
I hated that. Even though I was older, I hated. I wanted to keep going, and I was very disappointed that this falling out had happened.
Yeah, I can't get any more presents.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
How many presents I'm losing here?
And that we
Look
stopped
at
going over there. And
presents.
eventually
Oh, my
stopped going
God.
over my godparents' house, and I stopped talking to them. Again, for whatever reason, I wasn't involved in it.
Wasn't involved.
Yeah, so P-Wop, I agree with you. I think that's probably what he's trying to talk around. Nice avatar, by the way. Wings with a different face. But yeah, so it seems like it's something about the cheating. I mean, it makes
All
sense.
right. Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate
Kevin says, big ups Kevin, says they lived in a tiny house. His parents yelled at each other. He knows what happened. Yeah, but then why mention this at all? It's very weird,
Oh, what ended up happening was my parents said, well, traditionally what
They
we
said,
used
well,
to
you
do
know.
That's probably
is
it.
we used to
Oh,
always
of
go over
course.
your great aunt and uncle's house, but now we don't do that for Christmas Eve anymore. We already cooked this nice family meal for Christmas Day. We don't want to cook twice in a row. What should we do? Now, my dad was he still is, a ginormous dad was he still is a ginormous,
dude.
gigantic fan of the Christmas movie A Christmas Story. I don't know how many of you have seen the movie. It's pretty popular. Okay,
pretty popular.
If you don't know what happens in that movie on Christmas
Oh, big ups to Hugh Normus for the 50-bit cheer. Thank you so much, Hugh Normus.
Day, the family makes a turkey dinner, but it gets ruined, and so the family says, "Well, what's open on
But
Christmas?" Well, the
was
only
your
restaurants
Christmas
that are open
dinner
on Christmas are Chinese
ruined?
restaurants.
Did he
'cause the Chinese
ruin the
don't
Christmas
celebrate
dinner
Christmas
every
like the rest of
year?
the world? They have their own holidays.
What?
Okay, so
I never heard this. We're going to Chinese restaurants now?
You never heard of that?
during that movie, they go to a Chinese restaurant and they get a Chinese dog.
Like, the reason... It's so stupid. The reason they go to the Chinese restaurant is because they ruined their Christmas dinner. They did it because they had to. They didn't do it because they wanted to. How stupid do you have to be to watch that and be like, yeah, that's something I should emulate?
In the movie.
Dinner.
Okay, in the movie.
So what my family decided to start
dumb.
doing on Christmas Eve
Oh,
was
never
start going
mind.
to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas Eve because they would be open. And incidentally, this was something a lot of people in America do. Because we would go there and they'd always be packed. They'd be very popular. People would be at these Chinese restaurants.
Uh-huh. Well, who cares what they say in China?
And
though?
so I was first exposed to duck on Christmas Eve.
He makes it sound like a duck exposed himself. I was first exposed to duck.
Remember this one to duck
on
Christmas Eve. I remember this one
Get down.
year I'd never had duck before. And we were at a Chinese restaurant, and I was like, what am I going to get?
Dude's acting like it's some amazingly unique food. It's just a bird, dude.
Like, well, I don't want to just get like normal Chinese food. Let's order something different. So it was called plum
Oh, yeah.
duck.
Was it
Plum
Howard?
duck. Plum-
Clutch reference there. Nerd brew. Oh, Sikorsky Vice President. We got to listen to Sikorsky Vice President. He says, could you please stop blow bubbles at your desk, sir? Oh, got it. Sikorsky Vice President. Of course.
duck. And what it was roasted duck prepared. It wasn't a whole duck. It was a portion of the duck prepared.
It wasn't a whole duck.
Sliced into these thin strips. Now, for those who've never had duck before.
Yeah, what's duck?
Duck is amazing.
What's a duck?
It's actually a leaner meat,
Oh,
but it has
leaner.
a fatty layer over it and then crispy, delicious skin. Okay?
It's a leaner meat, but a fatty layer over it.
Meat, but it has a fatty layer over it, and then crispy, delicious skin. Okay,
crispy, delicious.
And what you would do is you take the piece of duck, fork it because it was.
That's how you fork it.
Delicious skin. Okay, and what you would do is you.
That's how you fork
it. The piece of duck, fork it because it was in the strips. You fork it.
You fork it like he's 3 years old forking his carrots. That's how you fork it. Hang on, this is how you fork it. Yeah. Buck. Of course he's the kid that could order the duck. Duck's the most expensive thing on the menu. Linda, by the way, is struggling to hold her family together after both parents are cheating on each other. All the rest of the family is breaking apart. Phil's ordering the goddamn duck. But don't worry, guys. He has a lot of other stuff going on in his life.
Yeah, dip it into this plum sauce and eat it. Oh my God. It is mouth-wateringly effing delicious. It's one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my entire life. And anytime now, when I go to a Chinese restaurant, if they have some kind of duck, I try to get it. Because Chinese duck is so delicious. It's like a delicacy.
Like a 500-pound person in a 220-pound body.
Duck is. It really is.
It's just a gluttonous.
So, yeah, if you have the opportunity to try duck and you've never had it, you got to try it. It's one of the best tasting dishes, especially if it's prepared in a certain way. It could really be amazing, mouth-wateringly good. So what ended up happening was now my family tradition would be on Christmas Eve. We go out to Chinese food, and then we have our own Christmas. Maybe what we would do that night, we would come home Christmas Eve and maybe open one present, and then go to sleep. And the next day, we'd open up the remainder of the presents on Christmas Day, and then we'd have our big Christmas Day dinner, which was a big ham or whatever. Okay, and then traditionally, we would leave the Christmas decorations up till about the end of the year, till about New Year's. And then right about after New Year's, we'd take everything down because now you figure all the Christmas
We're moving into the Christmas
right?
episode.
So that was Christmas with my family. That's how we would do it.
All right, so we got the little bit of ant lore there. We're still not into any gout situation at all. Haven't brought up the ant and gout yet, but don't worry, we're getting there. Big ups, Copeside Phil says, lower middle class, my ass. His family's upper middle class, and he was so spoiled as a kid, and it makes sense how he acts now. Yeah. Listen to this Christmas. Presents upon presents upon presents. Then we go out to eat and get duck. And remember last Christmas we had that Italian spread with the shrimp and the sirloin steak? Has he ever had a normal you know why he hates lunch meat sandwiches? He never had one.
Right.
When he was growing up. You could bet your ass on that. Swaggy David Jr. said they had a Chicky Chang Wang Christmas that year. Now it's a tradition. Chicky Chang Wang. Charlie Chan. Whatever he says at the end there. All right, so Christmas. Let's move past the Christmas and hope now we can get into the robust. Now we start getting into more.
Also
gout.
Another 200.
Start getting into more gout style references with the ant. Okay, so that was on the preamble. Now we're into the gout stuff.
All right. Shout out to Infinite, who also did another 250-bit cheer. Thank you, sir. You are the cheerleader now for today, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Oliviosaurus Rex cheered and said, when you left Connecticut for Washington, did you know that you wouldn't be able to short sell your condo? I know that you really wanted to get out of Connecticut, but it would really suck if you're stuck with the condo forever. Well, here's the thing, and this is the God's honest truth. Here's what happened, okay? When I moved...
Oh, Wilson, don't tell me you didn't know what he said about lunch meat sandwiches. That's iconic. If you haven't, I'll play it. But
down to Connecticut to move here to Washington. A couple things.
Yeah,
Number one.
What's what?
The plan was that my aunt was going to live at my condo long term and that she was going to pay rent. And so therefore I'd be able to get at least a little bit of money on a monthly basis from her to defray the cost of having this condo. Then the plan was hopefully I would be able to eventually sell the condo as let's say, I don't know, let's say 5 to 10 years pass and the value of the condo now, even if it goes down, maybe I've paid down enough of the mortgage so that now I can sell it, right? That was the plan. Or the plan was to possibly rent it out, short term, to pay some of the money until, again, I could sell the condo. All right, keep in mind, I got to say this. When I moved across the country, things were very different than they are now financially. When I moved across the country, I was making a certain amount of money. Within 2 years of me moving, so 2014, I was making this certain amount of money. Within 2 years,
this is when he's massively begging. By the way, this is massive begging time. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you, Wilson. Now I got you. I figured you knew it. I was like, Wilson knows about that. Big ups, Henry Vara. You're a legend, dude.
Years of me moving.
Not bad.
My income dipped by
50%.
Of
All
what?
right, and that's the God's honest truth, and no one foresaw that. But a bunch of factors happened. Number one,
everyone thought YouTube was going to be so
during the
stable.
summer when I was moving, of all times, they changed their algorithms. And what it did is it made anyone who made short gameplay videos like mine with what's considered relatively low engagement, meaning you watch a raw gameplay.
Yeah, it's definitely relatively low engagement, let me tell you that.
Video, you're going to skip around it. You're not going to watch the whole video because there's a lot of downtime or maybe there's something boring. You skip to the good parts. Well, because of that, YouTube changed their algorithm. Those videos no longer get any kind of search priority because they're not considered, oh, you watched the whole video. Therefore, those videos don't count anymore.
Doesn't that tell you something about your content then? I mean, you should kind of be thinking about that and want to make sure people do watch more of your videos rather than just showing every single fucking second.
And I got screwed. People who had longer, let's say a 30-minute video of just highlights of a playthrough.
Oh, they were awesome and very much more digestible than Part 87 of Skyrim.
Getting all the advertisements and all the search priority while all my shit got shoved under the rug on YouTube. By the way, YouTube didn't tell anyone publicly they made these changes.
And by the way, YouTube never told me, so...
Did it behind the scenes.
What are they going to tell you? Excuse me, we're sending out, Dear DSP Gaming, we are recently changing our... We're in the future changing our algorithm to really punish low-effort content, and we will be actually prioritizing high-effort content, which makes people watch more of the actual videos. Thank you in advance.
That's number one. Then number two, in 2015, I had a series of horrendous troll-like actions done against me in my business, including false copyright strikes, false flagging of fan art, as if I had used it without permission.
That's the same thing.
Either copyright infringement or
No. You deleted all the shit after that, so let's not get it wrong here. You chose to delete all those videos, and that fucked you over.
So I ended up getting all this negative shit against my channel. I ended up having to delete a bunch of videos that used fan art, deleting.
You chose to do that. No one else told you to do that. Remember that.
Millions of views from DSP Gaming, and literally... DSP Gaming was removed from YouTube search results for like 6 months. So during a prime time of the year when I'm playing all the new releases and I rely on this natural influx, organic growth of people coming in to watch me play the
I know,
new
that's
game.
the crazy part, Logan. He was making $200,000 at the peak. Pay off the house, man. You know? Pay off the house. Think about how easy your life is if you have a house that's paid off. I'm not saying easy, but amazing easier. Let's say it that way.
Damn it.
He could have been just raking in the savings with your life if you don't have to pay mortgage anymore. Holy shit. Can you imagine? House paid for, all you got to pay is taxes. That's nothing in the scheme of things for how much money he's making. And he chose to buy figures, DVDs, and then our old friend Scopely started a video game up on a mobile game. And that, holy shit, man.
I got none of it. Because I was completely destroyed and removed from YouTube search. I used to be at the top. You would search, perfect example, Sea of Thieves gameplay, Sea of Thieves playthrough, Sea of Thieves co-op. And I would be there within like the top 20, 30 names on YouTube. I would be one of the top guys no matter what. Because I've been doing videos for 10 years and people came out to watch my stuff.
The Scopely brass is laughing upstairs.
I was removed. So within 2 years of me moving across the country,
let's hear this
I had lost 50% of my income.
Whose fault is that?
So the thing is, when I moved across the country to Washington, it wasn't that big of a deal.
That's why I think ultimately why DSP is so easy to do this kind of content about is because every single aspect of it was his fault in some way. Almost every single aspect. Almost every single aspect is of his own doing. If he had an ounce of foresight, an ounce, minimal foresight, he would be in such a better position. But he never did, and now is leaning on his own viewers to make up for his own mistakes. And that's why he has, that's why it's so interesting to us, I think, is because he had so many chances to not fuck it up. But yet he continues to do so, And and then blames everyone else for those fuck-ups. And that's the amazing part.
Like, even if I'm stuck with this condo in Connecticut for a long-term time, it's not that
a long-term time
of a drain because I'm making a certain amount of money, which is more than enough to handle if I can't get rid of the condo. Unfortunately, once you lose half of your income, things change. And that's literally what happened to me was, well, now I'm screwed because now I'm paying, no lie, that condo in Connecticut that I'm stuck with and I cannot get rid of is draining about anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500 a month out of my pocket. And I can't sell it.
I don't know how that works. How much does that condo cost? Anyone know? That seems like a fucking lot.
I tried to short sell it right now.
It out.
The condo's only worth about $60,000 and I owe over $100,000 on it. The bank won't short sell it. They refused. So the only thing I can do is, number one, stop paying the mortgage, in which case now my credit is ruined forever because there'll be a foreclosure proceeding and everything. So that would be
that's what he did.
Now all my credit would get shut.
That's what he ended up doing.
Cards, everything would be shut. Now I really can't afford anything, so that can't happen.
There's no way that can happen.
The other thing is I could try to rent it, which I tried to do, but there's no reputable rental companies in that part of Connecticut where my condo's located. I've looked into it. There's tons of great companies, and they're all in northern Connecticut. And I called these companies and said, would you consider, renting out my condo down in Stratford? And they said, no. That's
Shout out Stratford. Shout out Stratford. That's why we're in Stratford, by the way, for the CT condo.
The high risk, high crime, high, negativity area of Connecticut.
High negativity.
Touch that with a 10-foot
the negativity
pole.
rating was off the
rentals
charts.
Down there, people default. People
the
don't
national
pay the
survey.
rent, and then we gotta go.
Yeah, I'm sure they said that. Oh no, this is the high murder, high crime, high urban style area. We don't deal with that. Okay, high negativity, high negativity area. This is a high toxicity area. A lot of toxicity in that area.
Through eviction,
I gotta hear high negativity,
high risk, high crime, high, negativity area of Connecticut.
I think you know what he's thinking.
I
think you're on the right track, random poster.
N-word.
People want to touch that with a 10-foot pole because a lot of the times rentals down there, people default, people don't pay the rent, and then we got to go through eviction proceedings. We're not dealing with that shit. I couldn't find anyone who would take on the responsibility. I take that back. I found one guy who I didn't even know who the hell he was.
What?
He didn't have a public business listing, and he didn't have anything like a Yelp, nothing. And I would just have been taking a shot in the dark on a guy who I had no fucking information about.
It's just the shot in the dark. Please rent out my condo. Just a shot in the dark.
Okay,
I'm trying to do this. So it sucks.
What, did you find some guy on the street and said, hey, I'll rent out your condo for you? What?
I'm in a situation where I bleed money on a condo I don't need, don't want, and can't get rid of. So it sucks. That's the situation I'm in, That's what I mean. There's so many factors here. It's such a complicated situation. I had a 50% dip in my income. I'm not making... Oh, by the way, I should bring this up.
Oh, by the way.
You said, oh, well, Phil, you mentioned your aunt was going to stay at the condo.
There we go,
and she was going to pay rent. Well, within 1 year of me moving, one single year, my aunt got really sick and couldn't live by herself anymore. And that's what happened. She was living there temporarily for about a year. Then she got really sick and had to go into, assisted living or whatever it's called. So that condo has been empty since then. It's, it sucks.
Thanks,
it's terrible. I can't rent it, and it's just bleeding money.
Bleeding.
So you got that going on, plus the fact that my income has dipped over 50%. Not too good, right? Really bad, and that's the situation I'm in right now. Is really real shitty.
All right, so there we go. Aunt was supposed to move in. Her health went down, couldn't live by herself anymore. Thanks, Aunt. No mention of gout yet, though, so keep that in mind. Big ups, Kevin. Very meaningful. Just have Daddy rent it out for him 5 minutes away. I mean, it seems like his parents did everything else for him. Why can't they do that? But all right, let's go. Next trip.
My parents visited me twice since I moved.
Oh, come on. Look at this fan art. Put a little bit of effort into it.
To the West Coast.
Yikes.
Once was right away. Once was the Christmas of 2014 when I first moved.
I want a chopper of penne. Very funny.
Here. And then again in the summer of 2016.
Very
and both
sus.
times I made my homemade
sauce. This is very
sauce.
sus for multiple reasons, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It just feels sus.
Just cook everything.
It just feels very sus.
Made sauce. However, the thing is, my sauce recipe changes over time. What I find is that I
sauce lore? Hype.
And then again in the summer of 2016. and both times I made my homemade sauce. However, the thing...
Hold on, sorry, I gotta rewind. Why are we talking about sauce?
Prove it. Any limitation, that's ridiculous. There can be anyone who just cannot enjoy a whole medium of entertainment because of a physical limitation. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to YOLO Dopper. And he says, is there any way you could get other family members to try your sauce so you get feedback to improve it so later on you could use it in your online restaurant? First of all, I'm never going to have an online restaurant, but...
Extremely, one of the most dented questions I've ever heard. Thanks.
Typical YOLO Dopper. Thankfully, he's gone, I think.
I get
or under the sock account.
Wait. Oh, it put stars there for me, Danny. I can't see what that means. Aunt, get, kid, and unfaithful parents.
My parents visited me twice since I moved to the West Coast. Once was right away. Like
you got censored, dude.
Once was the Christmas of 2014 when I first moved here. And then again in the summer of 2016. And both times I made my homemade sauce. However, the thing is, my sauce recipe changes over time. What I find is that I refine it. This works, this doesn't work. I'm going to add some cheese this time. Nah, I didn't like it. I won't add cheese next time. How about some pepper?
And then he changed it by not doing
pepper.
it.
Next time I'll do a little bit less pepper. See what I mean? So every time I make the sauce, I change it a little bit.
Sometimes I burn the meatballs. Sometimes I don't burn the meatballs. It just changes. More sugar, and then I try more sugar, and then more sugar.
And I try to get it, just a little better, just a little bit, tweaked this way or that way. What? So even though my parents have actually tasted my homemade sauce twice since I moved here, it would probably be different again if they visited today. It would probably taste different from when they tasted it before. So that being said, my family members, my parents have. Other than that, I really don't have any other family members. I don't. I don't have any siblings. I don't have any close relatives. The close relatives, sadly, a lot of my close relatives have passed away recently. My aunt and my great aunt both passed away in the past few years. So really, I don't have much family left besides my parents. But yeah, both times my parents tried it, they liked it. Albeit, I do make my sauce spicier and less sweet. My mom had in her recipe, put a cup of sugar into the sauce. And I did it once, and it tasted so sweet to me. I was like, oh, God, I need it less than that,
This is new to me. Hold on. How much sugar did they add? Let's see. What episode is it, though? Hold on, I got it. Don't worry. I'm on it.
What does the sugar do?
I will not go without figuring this out. We need the true sauce lore.
All right, everyone. So this is it, the big day. Today, I'm going to attempt...
I think it's in the last one.
All right, so the final stirring.
Yeah, I think it's in this one.
All done, right? Look at that.
What
see
is
that?
The sugar?
Oh, see that water?
A little bit of chunkiness to it. It's thick.
Is
it's
it?
Rich.
No, it isn't.
See that? If you want the consistency of tomato soup, that's what you're looking for.
You got all kinds of pieces of the tomato and stuff in there.
I love tomatoes.
And keep in mind, as this simmers, it'll actually cook.
Put a couple of babies.
Those little pieces of tomato that are in there.
And it'll reduce the liquidy aspect somewhat.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Panda's praying. That's the truth. She's just saying it so she can pray it into being.
So, now what we're going to do, we're going to add all of these seasonings.
Oh, here we go, boys. Here we go. Hope if you're Italian, you could watch this part. If you're not Italian, close the tab, guys. Close it. You can't enjoy this. You can't enjoy the choices made here.
Starting with oregano. 25 shakes.
So fucking dented. 25 shakes, okay? Gotta count this out. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. He did it, too! He did it!
Autism.
Garlic salt.
How many shakes?
It's 2 shakes, yes.
Oh, 2 shakes.
No,
2 shakes of garlic sauce in that much water? It's not gonna do anything. 2 shakes.
We have both garlic and onion salt, so.
I'm actually going to do 4 shakes.
Whoa, don't go crazy, dude. Whoa, hang on. You did 4.
Onion salt.
Onion salt. How many shakes?
4 shakes or 2?
1, 2, 3 shakes.
Oh, only 3.
Red.
Dude's acting like he's making a potion.
Pepper. which was not in the original recipe, but I wanted to have a little bit of kick.
Oh, a
the
little
sauce.
kick.
So I'm
a little kick. Hang on.
gonna give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shakes.
Serious? You see how many cups are in that thing? He's putting 5 shakes. You get 1 pepper flake every 10 bites.
Like a good amount, not
Keep in mind it's for the whole pot, and it's very big chips, so probably didn't come out. The recipe calls that you can add a bay leaf if you want. I'm gonna add 2 bay leaves.
Whoa!
Not 3.
Whoa! Let's not go crazy.
That's what I used when I made the brine for our barbecue chicken. I used 4.
Whoa!
Whatever,
nice,
honey.
Leanna. Big ups, Leanna.
Don't
for
care.
The context.
When I made the brine for our barbecue chicken, I used 4.
Whoa! Thanks,
Is he
honey.
gonna react to
Anything else
that?
from your day in
Nope.
kindergarten?
Of course not.
1.
Okay, that's
There's no
maybe.
reaction.
2.
Naturally.
Ooh, broke 1.
3. I'm gonna add 4.
Oh,
Okay.
go
4
crazy.
bay leaves for the whole thing, the whole pot. Now you can really start.
Oh, but, Matthew, you're right about the back. Those are the meatballs. Those are the burnt meatballs.
To smell the spices.
Oh my god, yeah.
We get 4 bay leaves, but 2 shakes of garlic salt. What?
I love oregano. Oregano and cilantro.
Now, this is one important change I'm making. After I made this, the recipe calls for a cup of sugar. I put a cup of sugar in there, and I thought that it was too sweet. When I tasted the sauce, I was like, "Why does it taste so sweet? My mom's sauce doesn't taste that sweet." So
Okay, so maybe it was always a half sugar.
I am not going to put that much.
Maybe half of it or 3/4.
I can get the fucking box open. There we go.
Yeah, this is our special sugar. Ooh, high, top shelf sugar. That cane sugar, hell yeah. That goes great with the gout. That cane sugar, pure. What? That's a cup, isn't it?
Just under 3/4 of a cup. That's what I'm going to put in.
Huh? That looks way more than a cup.
There.
Doesn't it?
And I got sugar all over the countertop.
Well, I'll take care of that.
That's an amazing amount of sugar. Chew, do you have 1 second? Chew, can you come here real quick? You're not on camera, don't worry. We got to get your cooking take on this. Chew's coming in, guys. Hold on.
Nice.
So we need to know, Chew, how much. Chew's now looking at the screen like you guys are. Chew, how much sugar is that in cups? Could you say in the mic, please?
1 cup.
Oh, she said 1 cup. So I guess we got to trust it. Yeah, he said that's not 1 cup. So we're just wondering. You want to see how much this looks? Watch what he's doing here.
And I got sugar all over the countertop.
Watch,
Well, I'll take care of
this
that.
This is the best part. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness.
Adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be
What does
tartness.
sugar do?
want that sugar
Adds,
amount.
I love that line. It's so funny.
That's for his spaghetti sauce. You need the sugar.
What does the water do? It adds wetness.
Did
What
he
does the
add
sugar
some
do?
normal
It adds
sugar or what?
sweetness. What does
What
the
do you
spice
think?
do? It adds spiciness.
He said it's his family
Oh,
recipe.
okay,
so it means
thanks.
That's what his mommy said to do.
Explains everything.
Do you think that's normal or not normal? You gotta say it in the mic. All right.
What does
Chew
the
got
charcoal
point. We
do?
can
It
watch
adds
that later with Chew
smokiness.
some other day. Thank you, Chew, for your input, though. We need the professional input. Oh, he means the Nerbru's talking about the sugar. He doesn't hate you at all. Yeah. Yeah, we're saying hi, Chew, though. Look, you're getting
Hi,
praised. They
Chew.
like you more than me. Hi, Chew, hi, Chew, hi, Chew. Don't worry. Okay.
And you won't have any
It's going
kind
to be
of sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right. You'll have
And then spice.
tart and its acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients and then the meat. So let me get the slotted spoon again.
Yeah, see? Big ups, everybody. Okay, we got the point, though. So he did use less. He did use less than a. Well, in his mind, he used less than a cup, but yet he used more than a cup because, as Danny, the DK says, that measuring cup is for liquid, not solids. Classic. Awesome.
Try to watch the current. So I tweak it. I put in pepper and other spices to try to make it have a more kick to it.
El
My mom
Cheapo,
prefers
that's
a little
cool.
bit more mild. So, it is a little different, but they liked it. So
Oh, God, I gotta
one
get
day
out of there
maybe
before I
again
see
I will
feet.
make sauce for my parents. We'll see.
Okay.
Flutter
Anyways, that's the end of the ant. With the ants are officially passed away. That was the only point of that. But a good field trip, though, nonetheless. And hello. We have our mascot in the house.
I don't know. I'd have to catch up on like 2 fucking seasons before I could even, try to watch the current stuff.
Yeah, I've given up on that.
All right. My aunt trash bag tipped me $1 and said Incredibles 2 is terrible garbage. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Spawn Killer tipped $1, says, Phil, why did you stop doing DSP inbox that you did in 2009?
I just wanted to show that my aunt trash bag, which I don't know if it's in reference to his aunt, but there we go. That was it. Here we go.
Now let's get the people who contributed during today's stream. We start off with Conway, who cheered and said, what is your favorite drink? I fancy myself a Diet Pepsi. I don't have it. I don't have an overall favorite drink. I don't have like, wow, this is the one thing I like to drink all the time. No, I don't. During the daytime when I'm streaming, typically, if I don't have a coffee in the morning, I'll drink a Kickstart energy drink. This morning I had coffee, so I don't have one. Instead, I have a seltzer water here, and I have a regular bottle of, purified drinking water. At dinner, I drink cherry juice. I know that sounds weird. I drink cherry juice not because I like it, but because it helps regulate the acid.
Here we go, boys. Here we go.
I know that sounds weird. I drink cherry juice not because I like it, but because it helps regulate the acid levels in my body. I have a disease where my acid levels in my body can get out of control, causing a lot of problems with pain in my joints and swelling and stuff. So, and it's a hereditary thing. I didn't know this, but my aunt had it her whole life and didn't really tell anyone. And then I found out a couple of years ago she had it. I was like, well, it makes sense why I have it then, even though I never knew I had it. So I drink cherry juice at dinner to keep my acid levels down. And, I don't really have a go-to drink. I never really have had one like that, so.
So by the way, since we've been in this world for a while, I've been, read a little bit about gout, and apparently you can be hereditary, right? Like you can be more prone to it. However, it always requires your input to get there, right? So like it is you could be more prone to it, but you still have to put in the work. You know what I mean? So and as we know, Phil definitely did, so.
And I don't really have a go-to drink. I never really have had one like that, so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so that was the first mention of the ant causing the ant. My aunt had gout. She never told us, but here we go. Now we get people calling out that. Shout out to Assassin's Creed.
The Oracle is hiding inside. I'll finally get some answers.
Okay, the House of the Pythia. Actually, I've been here already. Yeah, I already cleared this. Remember? Originally when I was here, it was full of troops, but I already cleared it, so I think I just walk right in. No!
Okay.
Now we got a pig.
I'm gonna pause this and get back to the full game. Display there. It's a good. Okay. Leave Tartarus. Enough grinding. Volume. August 20th.
Yeesh, it's a scorcher.
Damn it. Could have upped the volume because I can't do it now.
Summer break's almost over.
Summer break's almost over.
Not that I got anything to do. You think with special powers, the rest of the world wouldn't be so boring.
I thought this happened earlier in game.
What's she doing? Drawing? She's some kind of caricature artist? Nah, no way. There's no one around for her to draw. What the heck is she drawing then? There's nothing interesting here.
Out of the way. You're blocking my view. Move.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Oh, what's with those funky colors?
What do you want?
Oh, nothing. My bad. Dude, how can she stand to wear that crazy outfit in this heat?
And what was up with that weird drawing? I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder? Oh well.
I talked to her earlier. The volume back. These story things. Fat kid. I shall tell you the secret of life, but you shan't tell another soul. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but carbs and fats will never betray me. Very fitting. The subject matter. Will never betray me either, right? Come to blow me and all. Alright. Let's hang out with the fat kid. He loves this food. Actually, let me sell my stuff.
Now you're here. I owe you one. Good to see you. What you wanna sell? All right, I'll take
Nice,
that.
600,000. That means I can buy.
You finished? Be seeing you.
I can buy this really good item from the nightclub, but it's not open yet. To go there. Use really good equipment.
Which one? What would you like?
Scale bow. Doesn't seem very good.
So, what will it be?
They have a lot of days. Not that good, huh? Well.
Everything good? Come again.
Alright, talk then. Munch, munch, burp, oh hey. Wanna grab a bite somewhere? I can hear my stomach crying out with a vengeance. Wonderful, my gourmet friend. To be honest, I needed to talk to you today. So we needed a spot where you can eat good meat and chat, and I know just the place.
What I'm about to tell you is top secret. This is for your ears only, okay? This world is gonna end soon. All of humanity is gonna be completely wiped out. But don't worry, we'll be recreating it as a new land for the survivors. Paradise.
Weird.
Well, did that just blow your mind?
Not really.
Wow, I need to be more like you. When I first found out about this, I had to change my pants afterward. In paradise, everyone has wings and perfect figures, and they smell like flowers. I can finally be reborn into a worthwhile body.
Do something about it now.
But if we don't do something, you'll get left behind when the world ends. And I do not want that to happen. So come on, we'll go to paradise together. Don't do it because you're my subject, okay? Do it because we're friends.
Weird. Seven.
Okay, so how about this? If we factor in initiation fees, scriptures, and other products, it comes out to 132,000 yen.
Easy.
You can take out a loan, right? Not to mention, you'll get a discount since I'll be referring you too. You are one lucky guy.
Yeah. Don't even give you the option to pay it, just to flex. No way I'm paying that.
You what? Do you have any idea what you're saying? I just wanted to share eternal happiness with you because I care about your soul. I have to go repent on your behalf. In the name of faith! Emergency!
I decided to go back to the dorm. Hey, I guess.
No. No means no.
Wow. No what?
It is time for Koromaru-san's solo patrol duty, commonly known as a walk. There were arrangements for Sanada-san to accompany Koromaru-san on his walk today. However, the scheduled time has passed, and Sanada-san has yet to return. Koromaru-san's patience has reached its limit.
I'll walk with him.
Koromaru-san is requesting that you accompany him instead. Are you
Yeah.
available to assist at the moment?
Sure. What about you?
My current mission is to remain on standby at the dormitory. I'm afraid I'm fully occupied at the moment. I must also request your assistance.
Or why not?
A non-human persona user. Now that is certainly unique. However, my
Revolver
fascination
Jesus.
lies more with you.
Dude.
Good evening. There's no need for hostility. Now is hardly the time. Let's have a little chat. Come along.
Doesn't seem to be hostile. What should I do? Get Koro here with me. It should be fine.
What exactly are you waiting for? Now then, I have a question for you.
I don't think you can carry that around in Japan.
However, just
Texas, maybe.
demanding answers from you wouldn't be a very fair arrangement, now would it? I will answer one question of your own first. So, what do you want to know?
Why aren't you wearing a top?
My coat is invisible to fools. But of course, I'm joking. What a surprise that you would rather ask about me instead of our group.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Perhaps this is a sign that we may reach a mutual understanding. In the beginning, we had no quarrel with you. Had you not decided to eliminate the Dark Hour, we wouldn't have had a reason to interfere. It is truly unfathomable. The power of a persona is a blessing granted only to us. Yet, you insist on ending the Dark Hour, knowing full well that your powers will be lost. Now, answer me this. Why? Are you trying to protect the world from the shadows?
I can't just ignore them.
Is that truly how you feel? In this country, almost 5,000 people die in car accidents every year. And yet, there is no outcry against the existence of cars. Why do you suppose that is? It is because we value our own convenience over the lives of others. So then, why should we give up the powers we were bestowed?
Oh, I haven't seen the Mr. Ludacris video. I should though. Dot.
Do you know what a savior complex is? You are being trapped by a misguided way of thinking. We have no obligation to sacrifice what is ours to save others. Giving up your own life to save others is simply a waste. Your reason for fighting is one of obsession.
You're wrong.
Do you continue to deny it because you can't accept the truth? There is no need to rush your decision. You should think carefully about it. We have been given a special power, and yours is particularly extraordinary. It's as if the Dark Hour has chosen you. Does it really make sense for you to reject this gift? That was all I had to say. Tonight is a new moon. You have ample time to reconsider before the moon waxes full again.
Forgive me. Folded paper.
With that, my debt to you is paid. Perhaps it might help you make up your mind. Well then, I shall be going. I trust you'll have changed your tune by